the cold weather.
You know, right? Yeah.
A little bit here and there, but when it starts getting too cold towards the winter, and
You don't like it.
it's funny because I'm a winter baby, so it's just so funny.
But does that really matter? Like my husband always says, yeah, they were born in the winter, so they'll be used to the cold. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you guys think.
Actually, I think for me, it's because one, I was born in Jersey, but I moved from Jersey when I was fairly young. I lived in Nigeria for 10 years. So I went from being born in the cold to living in a warmer climate. So that's why I don't like the cold.
Makes sense, makes sense. All right, so we're just gonna wait for a few other people to join. Give them a moment. I'm admitting them in. Ladies, as you're joining, don't forget to put on your video. It is very important. Nobody's hiding their faces today.
Yes.
Nobody's hiding their faces. Welcome, Josetta. Welcome, Akari. I hope I said that right.
Akaria, hey y'all.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Akira.
Hello, good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Just gonna wait for our other sisters to join us when they can. Hi, Josetta. Good to see your face. Hey, boo.
Hello.
Alrighty, so just gonna wait for other people. Let's see. Welcome. Good morning. How are you? I'm trying to play some music to get everybody just excited. Let me look for some music while we're waiting for other people to join us.
Okay.
Something to warm our blood.
Good morning.
This is really going to be a very interactive workshop. I can't really say that enough, really, because I think it's just an amazing opportunity to be able to do this morning and be in the room with amazing facilitators. So whatever question you have, I want you to ask those questions today. I might have an idea, maybe because I know who you are, I know where your business is at, you know, and so all those multiple questions usually sent to me in the middle of the night and the beginning of the day, whatever that might be. This is a good platform. And the good news is even at the end of today, my goal really is, as soon as we're done by 1:30, I'm still going to hang on the call to really answer questions that that you might have. So more like a one-to-one coaching, just because you're on today's workshop. So that's really my goal. So welcome, Peju. Welcome, everyone. We're just going to wait for a few minutes for other people to join. Some people are saying they're going to run late. And so let's give it about 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. All right. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started soon. Welcome, Peju. Welcome, Anuske, Selena. And yes, please put on your video. We need to see your faces.
Hi, hello, good morning. I'm going to put on my video very soon. Please just give
All right, no worries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Mimi.
Morning.
All right, so I think we can get started. So do we have Habiba back? We still have one person trying to join, Peju. I think she's having issues with her internet. Miss Peju, are you on? So I am going to
I think she's still connecting, but I don't see she doesn't have an audio.
sing her too. All right, let's just wait for her. Just don't want anyone to miss when we get started. So how are we doing, ladies? How's your morning been? How are you? Excited?
Very excited.
Yay! That's what I want to hear.
Yes.
That is what I want to hear.
We have
And so-
a few people outside mowing the lawn, so
It's okay.
apologies for any background noise.
It's all right. My hair babies in the background, things happening. That's just the life. That's what we are. Women, multiple things going for us. There's not kids, there's not business, family, relationship, everything. And we're just trying to be sane and safe and so focused. And so I absolutely applaud everyone for being on this call today, even if you could have been doing something else with your time. But you're here. So kudos to that. Kudos to you for sure. All right.
Too. Together.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I believe we can get started. I just don't want to waste anyone's time. Just welcome everyone again to Women Don't Need Afraid Business Workshop. I am going to be sharing my screen now so that we can get started. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let's see. Let's do that again. Let's see. Okay. Can you see my screen? We're gonna have some internet issues today. Nope, we're not. Enter full screen mode. Alrighty. Let me know in the comment section if you can see my screen, okay? Can you see my screen? No?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Alrighty. Welcome everyone, and we are live. I'm excited to be here. Welcome, Miss Peju. I'm glad your connection is working now because your connection was kind of like buffering for a while. We just, yay. I'm excited to be here to just get to do this again, you know, with you amazing women who have decided to spend your time with me today. Really, this is the Women Don't Need Afraid Business Workshop 2020. Every year we have this, and it's usually on site in a location where we get to interact, meet, but hey, we are obviously going to move with the times and taking this virtual. And I have really thought through this whole process today because I don't want this to lose any of its power or lose any of the thing that I probably would get if it was face-to-face. So that's why I say put on your video, and if you got my mails from Eventbrite, you see all the, you know, the best way to have it, just a great virtual experience. So if you're at home, wherever you are, I just want you to really be present and be committed to the next two hours or so, 2 hours, 30 minutes, you know, you're going to spend with us today. And so just also say welcome. We are live. And are you excited? Are you excited? Let me know in the comment section. Are you excited to be here today? Let me know. Put in the comment. Let me see your comments. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're not seeing the chat box in your screen. I hope it's just me seeing that. Awesome. All right. All right. So cameras on. We're waiting for Habiba Kinde to put on her camera. Who else? Anybody else camera? No. Okay. We have somebody else joining us. Great. So there's going to be so much value being given today. I just want you to be really excited being here. Really, I'm going to start off with introduction. So let's get to know ourselves, right? You fill the forms. I have an idea of who you are, but we don't know who the next person is. So just feel like you're in a room with your friends, people that have so much value, people that are on the same, trajectory with you. So be comfortable, just relax. Tell us who you are, what do you do, or what's your business about. And then my next question to you would be, if you had $1 million, what is the first thing you are going to do with that? What is the first thing? So your name, what you do, and if you had $1 million, what is the first thing you're going to do with that money? And as soon as you're done introducing yourself, put in the comment your Instagram handle, so that we can follow you immediately. So this is networking. We're not even wasting time here at all. We can follow you, we can connect with you, we can cheer you on, we can be part of your group, etc. So who wants to go first? Don't let me just, okay, because I was about to start calling people.
I'll go first. Hello, everyone. My name is Nimi. I am I'm an agile delivery lead by career profession, and I recently just started a women empowerment platform called Link Empower, which is how Stella and I connected. So I'm happy to be here. Just kind of to show support for one of our Link Empower members as well, and an awesome person to me as well. I'm supposed to put my Instagram handle in the comments, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Nimi, for that. Who wants to go next? Oh, Nimi, no, you didn't answer. If you had $1 million, Nimi, what would you do with that?
Oh, wow. If I had $1 million, I will probably be investing in a lot of properties, lots of real estate. And after that, I will probably be traveling.
Okay,
Yes.
glad to hear that. So real estate and traveling. All right, good. Who wants to go? Who wants to go next? Come on, ladies. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. My name is Zakaria Stewart. Shout out to Nimi for putting me on to this awesome conference this morning. I'm a recent graduate from Georgia Southern. I studied journalism. Right now I'm a fashion writer for a stylist, and I do event planning admin for an event planner in Atlanta. And if I had $1 million, I mean, I'm paying off my student debt first. It's ridiculous, but yeah, that's what I would do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Instagram.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you. All right. So next, Queen.
Okay, I'll go next. Oh, sorry. You can go next, please.
Okay. My name is Adekweju Babalola. I'm a certified Scrum Master, and I also have banking background. Also, I work as a laboratory technician as well with Coca-Cola right now. And I also run an online food business, basically, which is why I'm here to learn more about what I can do to improve my sales and all of that. And also, right now, if I have the opportunity of getting $1 million,
Mhm.
I invest in real estate. I will invest in shares as well, and also have some nice time and relax. Thank you.
You're welcome. Put your Instagram handles, everything in the chats. All right, next.
Okay, I'll go next. My name is Selina Anosike. So I'm currently a PhD candidate at Harvard University. I'm doing a doctorate in biology, and I'm also a teaching assistant. So I teach undergraduates microbiology. Okay, my name, I've said my name, I've said what I do. And if I had $1 million, what would I do with it? I would, I've always wanted to start an NGO back home in Nigeria because I'm Nigerian. So that would be an opportunity to kind of invest the money to kind of give back home, and then probably try to get some other types of investment, maybe say government bonds or mutual funds, or just invest some of the money and then spend some on myself, maybe try to get some of the things I've always wanted, maybe 1 or 2 designer things, at least just splurge and take care of myself. Maybe also travel too.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. All right, for those that are just joining us, we're talking about doing our introduction. So who are you? What do you do? And if you had $1 million, what would you do with that? What would be the first thing you would do with that? All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Oh,
Okay. No, you go. You go. I'll go after you.
okay. I think it's only fair I go after the last speaker because I'm also doing my PhD. I'm doing my PhD in public policy. I'm a candidate, and so I do a lot of things. And time will not permit me to go over everything, but I do makeup and also I do hair. So those are the two major things. And if I had $1 million, I'll probably do real estate, mutual bonds, and just have like 3 categories of things to invest in. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Did I say my name? I'm sorry. My name is Folashade Adalumointam. I'm also a teaching assistant and a researcher at my institute, HBCU, Tuskegee University. I don't know. Is that all?
That's good. That's good. But don't forget to put your handle, so your business handle, your personal handle in the chat so that everyone can follow you and just, all of a sudden be part of your community, part of the support as well. All right. All righty. Who wants to go next? I love it. I'm loving the connection because I'm seeing so many similarities between all you women. But yeah. Next.
So I'll go. Good morning, everyone. My name is Josetta Bangura. I am from Sierra Leone, maybe the only Sierra Leonean here. So I always like to just let people know that. So I'm a senior account personnel at Emory University Hospital. What is the other question?
What do you do? Your business?
Oh yes, my business. I'm into interior. I'm into interior decoration. Yeah, so I just started it. So I'm a little. So, but I'm into it. I like doing it. And if I have $1 million, I just started learning about investments and buying shares and all of that. That's the first thing I would want to do. And also, like the other person says, just get a few things that I've always wanted.
Nice.
Maybe travel. Yeah.
All right, put your Instagram handle in the chat. All right.
I will.
Who wants to go next?
Next. Good morning. My name is Alexia Higgins, and I am here today thanks to Lincoln Power. So they were kind enough to give this to me. So I really appreciate it, and the leadership of Nimi. Where do I work? At DataScan. So it's a software development company, and I work in operations. The first thing that I would do if I want $1 million is probably just buy a home, set up a home office, just to be in a comfortable space. It's the first thing I'd probably do. And excited for today.
Thank you for coming, Alexia. All righty, next. Praise God. I take the combo. These are the remaining 2 people left to introduce themselves. So ladies, we're introducing ourselves and talking about, what we do, who we are, and if you had $1 million, what are the first things you're going to do?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry. My name is Praise God. I'm a medical student about to be done with my school. What else do I do? I do hair. I pretty much do anything.
Okay.
That I can put my hands on.
Okay.
And if it's there, I can learn it.
And if you have $1 million.
$1 million. I would first of all invest. Okay. Definitely. I would donate some part to charity.
Okay.
I would save some parts, and then with the remaining, I would use it to get what I really want.
Okay. That's good. Thank you for sharing. And last but not the least, the combo.
Hello, everyone. I am so sorry. Hi, congratulations on today. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm sorry my video isn't on at the moment. We're 1 hour behind you guys, so we're not awake yet over here. But I work for United Health Group, Optum, senior customer service for cancer and transplant providers, doctors, and their patients. I love what I get to do. On the side though, my side business is I work heavily with Upwork, and just do basic data stuff and customer service consultancy as much as I can, you know, any business on Upwork. So
Right.
that's just on the side. So with $1 million, I'm really interested in apartment complexes, real estate. So with $1 million, I'll probably just push it all in there and start earning monthly rent. But that's what I would do with $1 million. And that's what I do. And hopefully during the course of this time, I will get my act together and I'll be able to put on my video so I can show my face. I'm sorry, sometimes.
It's okay.
Hello, everyone.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you all for sharing who you are, what you do. Don't forget to put your handles, the social media, how we can follow you on the chat, because I want us to really do that, to really network even out of today's workshop. And just like as you've heard, we really want to give out. As women, we want to give. So I'm really happy to hear that some of us also want to just even pour into ourselves, or just, you know, buy some things that we really want to get for ourselves. And also just hearing the similarities, you know, with PhD students, businesses, or people just starting. Almost everyone has a 9-to-5. So we have a lot of similarities on this call. And I just want us to just prime our mind for, you know, what is really about to happen next. And that's why I have this slide called the best virtual experience. Because it's virtual, I just, you know, distraction-free space. Look at where you are right now. I hope there is no distraction, nothing is, you don't have multiple tabs going on, you know, anything that's going to distract you, just take a moment to put that away or to reduce the volume, whatever that might be. Have a pen and paper to really take notes. I love that I'm seeing some people already taking notes today because you know, we go to workshop, we go to events, we say, okay, we're going to remember, but how many of those things have we really implemented? So I want this workshop to be really different for you, where I can follow up with you, you can reach out to me and say, guess what, I did this, and I elect that result. So that really is my goal. Oh, we are streaming this on YouTube. I think it's streaming, but it's private. And the goal really is at the end of this workshop, I share the link with you. And so you can always go back for reference purposes, right? I don't know how many of us got the virtual picture experience link that I sent to your email. Let me know in the chat. Did you get it? Yes or no?
I think I got it.
You got it. Okay. All right. Awesome. So that is another way that we're trying. No. Okay. I'm going to put the link. Let me see, I'm going to put the link in the chat. This is another way for us to really enhance this virtual experience. So give me 1 second. Let me get that for you. Okay, so what this really does is you can click on it. So if you have it, if you can open it on your phone, that would be great. Open it on your phone. Let's see. Let me quickly get that link for you somewhere. Open it on your phone for those who have it. And so you can see what it does. You can take a picture on it. It gives you the opportunity to, you know, you see the overlay, you can download it, let people know that you were here, etc. So that's just another way for us to really enhance, you know, the virtual experience that we have, because we're not on site, and so we can't take pictures on site. So let me know if you've done it, if you have any questions. The reason why I'm asking this is that throughout the course of today, I also want us to really engage and just take pictures and really capture the moment as well. So I'm going to be putting the link in about 5 seconds. In the chat. All right, yes. For best practices, really, it's better for you to click on the link on your phone so that it doesn't mess up with your Zoom experience or your Zoom video. So you can click on the link with your phone. If you go there, you already see some of my pictures in there. Click on the link on your phone, take a picture, choose your overlay, download it, share it on Instagram, or share it anywhere you want to share it. Let people know that you're having a great time, you're having an impactful time here at this workshop experience. And we have hashtags as well. So these are the hashtags that we recommend for today. Be interactive, write your questions in the chat. Whatever questions there might be. The goal is for each workshop session, you know, the facilitator is going to speak, and at the end we're going to have opportunity for you to ask questions. We're going to either put you on the spot or you ask your questions. And so the coaching is really specific. So whatever issues you have that's specific to you, we want to be able to meet that need. In as much as we're giving blanket solutions, we need you to ask your questions so that our answers are specific to your needs. We're going to have a survey at the end of today, just to get feedback from you. What went well? How do you want us to make it better next time? etc. And during the open Q&A session, which we're going to have at the end of today as well, you can unmute and ask any questions you have to the panel. So myself, Bay, and Habiba. Does anyone have any questions for me so far? No? We're good? All right. So have we all clicked on the link? Let me know.
Hi, yes, I have a question.
Sure.
You told us what you're going to do if you have $1 million.
Myself? Oh my God. Oh, if I have $1 million. I think, okay, so first of all, I will invest in my businesses, really, man. So I run a training school with my husband, and so I would definitely put a lot of money in that, just providing more degree program, providing more opportunity for people who are coming in here to have, careers that are fulfilling to them, providing support, career support to them. So even buying real estate as well, all over town, all over the world, investing in people's lives, providing opportunity where people who don't have, funds or to do whatever they want to do, either go to school or live a better life, just being a blessing to them as well. What else? And then investing, absolutely investing, leaving a generation or legacy for my generation and generations to come. So I think that's really important to me, just leaving a legacy for my generations and being a blessing to other people. That's what I would do with $1 million. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty. So did anyone try out the link? Anyone try out the link? Let me know. Did you try out the link? Yes or no? Get your phone, click on the link. All right. Did you take a picture? It worked? Yeah, awesome. Did you take a picture and did you, say cheese for like 1 second and then upload it? Let me know. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. All right, great. So let's get started. So who are we? Women Do It Afraid. Who are we? You probably have seen us on social media or heard about us, and the name might be strange to you and you don't know, okay, is it as literal as it says? Are we really just women doing it afraid? I remember I sent the registration link for this event to someone and she said, oh yeah, I'm interested in building my business, but I'm not doing it afraid. I'm not afraid. And I smile because I usually get such questions from people saying, why not women doing it bold? Why not women doing courageously? Why not women doing faith? And it's just almost like tomato to me, to be honest, because at the end of the day, the reason why boldness exists is because there's fear. The reason why courage exists is because there's fear. If we don't say the word fear, it doesn't make the word fear invisible. It's there for a reason. And so this is a bold statement saying, despite our fear, despite what we're going through, despite excuses, despite our background, despite the issues we're facing, despite everything trying to pull us down, guess what? We are doing it afraid. We are looking at fear in the face and we're seeing we're moving forward. And so that's kind of like a summary of who we are. And we are a community of and for women who are tired of their fears holding them down, and we are ready to walk in purpose to get the desired results that we want in life. So if this sounds like you, let me know in the comment section. Say, yes, that sounds like me. Yes, 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 yes. Let me know. Are you a woman who you're like, no fear, nothing can stop me down? Like, it's enough. We have to come to a tipping point of I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being afraid. I am ready to walk in purpose. So that is who we are. We are women. Fear has no place. Exactly. Fear has no place. So that's who we are. And so how do we, so in what ways, in what measure? Because if you think about it, sometimes it's more like, okay, so is it just inspirational? Is it just motivational? Are you just going to tell me you got it and like go back to the world and I still face those fears? okay. And I still face those fears that, oh, okay. And I still face those fears that are going to pull me down, you know. So how do you really empower? How do you really help, you know, women in what platform? And so I'm going to be talking about, I see that we have a doctor watching us, which is quite interesting, to say the least. All right, so we do that. Someone said, yes, I'm done letting fear holding me down, right on time workshop. I'm happy to hear that. All right, great. So how do we do that? 3 ways. We educate. Over my experience, I've realized that education dispels fear. The reason why most of the time we're afraid is because we don't have the right tools, we don't have the right knowledge, or we don't have the right things in place to really just bring us out of that darkness of fear. And so we educate through specialized events, just like what we're having. So business workshops, career workshops, and mindsets. So every year we have a business workshop, and I'm going to talk more about that later. During the year, we also have multiple kind of either meetups or online events, you know, and etc. We also elevate through our accountability group because there's power in support, there's power in community, there's power in union. And so we have accountability groups where we give you the knowledge, but then we have someone who's going to hold you accountable, saying, you say you're going to do this, I'm looking for you to keep your word. And I know that it might not be that easy, but I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to, you know, push you forward. And so that's how we elevate your mindset for moving you from point A to point B. And then we empower. And so if you've come across our content on social media, you already know what we're about, right? Or our blogs, or, you know, or our videos, etc. We empower you through content and coaching. We always want you to have that mindset that no matter what your day might look like, no matter how you feel, as long as you come through a post, as long as you come through a blog or come through a picture on our platform, it should give you the kick in the, you know, in your spirit to say, you know what, you got this. Go for it. So these are like the 3 key areas in which we elevate, educate, and empower women. So I'm going to focus on today's workshop, which is Women Doing It Afraid Business Workshop. And this is an annual workshop that we have. Usually we fall it in line with the Global Entrepreneurship Week. So it's an annual workshop for women who are serious about their business. And I know from the depth of my heart that for the fact that you're on this call today, you are absolutely serious about your business. And like I said earlier on, it's not just about talking. My amazing resources are going to be teaching us today. They already know about this because I've emphasized it over and over again that I want every woman on this call to leave with something that she can implement immediately that will lead to immediate results. That is my goal. So it's not just a place of talk, but a place of action. So when we come together with our tools, with our pen, with our paper, with a distraction-free zone, with, you know, our mind focused and asking questions and interacting and networking, so that you can acquire the skills. Because what's the point of spending 3 hours here if you don't leave with something? And so this is for me encouraging you so that you get ready for you to put in the work here, so I can get the results at the end of the day, right? And just feedback. I'm going to share some stories with women that I know in the past who've attended our workshops. I remember a particular lady attended. She works in the medical field, and she's really good with her hands. You know, very, very creative and all that. And she does, you know, stuff for her family, like baking and all that for her family, but she never charges them. And I feel a lot of us fall into that category where everybody asks you for help and you're always there helping them. But you never have the courage or boldness to ask for funds or ask them to pay you or ask them to value what you're doing, but they have the courage to keep asking you for that thing, right? And so during our last workshop, I told her, okay, enough is enough. So do you have pictures of your work? Yes. And she did not leave that workshop with her. At that workshop, she created an Instagram page. I ensured everyone there followed her. I ensured that she uploaded pictures she had on her phone. All she needed was just for someone to say, you know what, you are good at this. Even if you think you're not perfect, that is fine. You're going to keep growing. You're going to keep learning. Create that Instagram page. And I can assure you that she has clients right now that are literally coming from all over the state, not just her state, all over the state. Now imagine if she just sat on that idea and just kept doing that thing for free. I kept wondering, why is everybody moving forward? Why is someone doing what I'm doing and getting results, but I'm not getting results? If she was not in that space or that community, she would not have stepped out the way she stepped out, right? And so I don't know what your story might be, but I want you to know that you're in the right place, basically. And so these are feedback of people who have attended our workshop, people saying they're going to recommend other people, people saying that, you know what, the Lord, that I met someone. I've had a lot of people collaborate even within the workshop, starting businesses together, you know, becoming, you know, friends, you know, buying from one another, etc. So it's all in all, just really saying that really you are at the right place. You are the right place. You are the right place, and that's why I'm really pushing for you to be interactive. So, can you also see my screen? Because I feel like someone said that my screen is not sharing. No. Okay.
No. I can't see your screen.
All right. Let me do that again. Okay, so what I was saying was, you know, like I said earlier on, this is a place of action, not just a place of talk, and you are the right place. Feedback that I was sharing just a couple of minutes ago from people who've attended the event. So no matter what the issue might be, no matter where you're coming from, as long as you're serious about your business, welcome to Women Doing It Afraid Business Workshop, where we are all about pushing you forward, giving you the tools that you need to start and scale your business. And for those who don't know, we are also a key collaborator with Global Entrepreneurship Week. So this is the Global Entrepreneurship Week. And our event is an official activity that you can literally find on their website. And that's because they believe in what we are doing, which is just focused on helping women start, sustain, and scale their business, basically. So let me know in the comment section, are you a woman who is serious about her business? Are you serious about your business? Are you ready for us to get this show going? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So welcome again. Welcome again. We're all about community, accountability, and support. And I'm going to just go quickly into who am I? I've been speaking for like the past, let's see, almost 20-something minutes. So who am I? Who is this lady who's just speaking and speaking and speaking? My name is Stella Iheanacho. And the founder of Women Doing It Afraid. I'm a wife, like some of y'all. I'm a mom, like some of y'all. I'm a certified coach, career professional, and an entrepreneur. And this might sound like a mouthful. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is so that you know that I have probably walked in your shoes in one time or the other. I have been a student who's trying to figure out what her next step is. I have been, I am a mom who is trying to juggle so many things. I am you might be multi-talented, trying to figure out what ideas should I even monetize, or you're a new business owner trying to figure out where do I even get my clients? Am I even doing the right thing? I'm overwhelmed. Or a career professional who's trying to juggle a 9-to-5 and multiple businesses. So that's why I'm saying all this, so that you know that whatever we teach today is not just abstract. It's something that I have tried and tested, and it's still helping me and has helped me on my journey. And so we have wives here, we have moms here, we have career professionals here, we have students here, we have entrepreneurs here. And so I've been where you are. And so you would think, okay, with all of that resume, because all of us have a resume, why did I start Women Doing It Afraid? Why did I start Women Doing It Afraid? That's because one day I realized I came to a come to Jesus moment in my life, you know, just having a conversation with my spouse. Why is it that I'm very quick to help other people but myself? You know how you champion other people, you cheer people on, but you can't channel it back inside. It's almost like you love other people more than you love yourself. It's like, what is going on? You know, it's, oh my goodness, you know, our mind is so funny because it would distract you so that you do non-productive things, so that you don't do the productive things, because it doesn't want you to commit to the work that is needed. And so you would rather channel your energy helping other people than really sitting down and saying, you know what, I've got work to do on myself, so where can I start? And so I just realized this isn't helping me, because I know that I'm called for more. So why is it I will help other people organize their events, or help them with their businesses, or help them put workshops together, help them put conferences, etc. together, right? Help them with their projects, you know, call me, I'm your one-stop call for anything complex, I'm there. You know, you can always rely on me, but I can't rely on myself, right? The second one, imposter syndrome much, you know, where people see you and tell you how amazing you are, but then you can't match it with who you are. So you haven't built yourself, your esteem up to the level to accept what people see, or who people see you as, you know. And so there was definitely a disjointed stuff going on mentally for me. And then also the fact that no matter how you run away from fear, no matter how you don't want to say the word fear, fear is not going to run away from you because you haven't worked on yourself, right? And so one day I just realized all of this is not helping me. I know I have so many ideas. I know that I am called for more. I know that I can sleep and I have ideas coming up, but couple of days they fizzle out, new ideas come, couple of days they fizzle out, you know. And you know, someone says that there is no vacuum in life. So if God has given you an idea and you're just playing with it, he's going to give it to somebody else. That's why you look around and you realize there's really nothing new under the sun. Before you know it, someone else starts something, you know, and that's because there is a need and there's a season for every idea. So if you sit on it, it's not going to wait forever for you, right? And so I created Women Doing It Afraid by literally doing it afraid. You know, for someone who knows that, okay, fear might be the issue, I was like, I know that I'm not the only person who's going through this in life. I know that there are other women out there who are struggling with this. I know there are other women out there who look successful, but deep down, they are playing around the shoreline of comfort zone. So you know that kind of thing where you put your leg in, you try to be extraordinary. Oh, it tastes good, and then you go back. You're like, oh, okay, oh, I'm gonna ride on this wave and ride on this success, temporary success, and then you don't want to go further. You know, people we play with ourselves that way. And so I said, I'm gonna create a community for women who are ready, who are tired of their fears holding them down, and they're ready to work and work in purpose. So I did Afraid by starting WDIA, and I'm just amazed every day by the lives of women who are truly transformed by connection either to me or even just to the community, by hearing their stories, by seeing their reviews, by seeing them, you know, just keep doing it one day at a time, just by seeing the results. So that is my why. And I have a task for you. What is your why? When people ask, what is your why? It's always from the context of why do you do what you do? You know, more of like, my why is my son, my why is my kids, my why is my family, my legacy, my why is God, my why is purpose. But I want you to write out your why from the context of the things that you do not want to go back to. What are the things you do not want to go back to? So for someone, it could probably be, you know what, I don't want to go back to being at the mercy of an employer. I don't want to go back to not having food on my table. I don't want to go back to living but just merely existing. I don't want to go back to comparing myself to other people. I don't want to go back to feeling like I'm not enough. I don't want to go back to just be in a state of confusion. I don't know what it might be for you. So I want you to just take a moment and write out, what are the things you do not want to go back to? I don't want to go back to a place where my fears and excuses were the reasons why I did not launch out. What are the things you don't want to go back to? If you're done, let me know in the comment section, say yes. And I want us to also even write in the comment section, what are the things you don't want to go back to? What are the things? Say, I don't want to go back to. What are the things you don't want to go back to? Let me know in the comment section, write it out. I don't want to go back to doubting myself. I don't want to go back to procrastination. Come on, ladies, let me know in the comment section. What don't you want to go back to? What is your why? I don't want to go back to. I'm doing it because I don't want to go back to. I don't want to go back to putting up my God-given purpose. I don't want to go back to relying on one source of income. I don't want to go back to just being in my comfort zone. I don't want to go back to depending on others to solve problems. I don't want to hold on to my fear instead of my faith and my authority. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yes. Yes, and yes, and yes. And so knowing all of this, you know what you don't want to go back to. So what are the things you have to do not to go back there? I don't want to go back to just be my comfort zone. So I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I don't want to go back to helping other people or depending on other people to solve my problems. So I'm going to start doing X, Y, Z. We have to really have that in our mindset, like more like context, so that because when we are fearful or we're doubtful or we begin to compare, we will always remember, I don't want to go back feeling that way. So I need to get my acts in order. I don't want to go back to not owning my gift. So what am I going to do? I'm going to create a women empowerment group because I have to show up. I'm telling them to come to a place of empowerment. I need to be empowered. And I'm not saying I'm 100% going to be empowered all the time, but I'm going to be connected to a source who's going to always empower me. So you see how you will find yourself staying in line, doing what you ought to do because you are showing up because you don't want to go back to where you've been or where you're coming from. Realizing that these two things, fear and faith, can exist in the same atmosphere, but an active choice to choose which one you make most powerful. Yes, and yes, and yes. That's it. Which one do you choose to make most powerful, right? And that's why they say the best way to overcome fear is by action. And you know, what action is by doing what? By putting faith, literally by empowering faith. So you're acting. Forget about if you're not even sure or not. Just act towards it, because by the time you act, what happens? The path gets clearer, things get clearer for you. I don't want to go back to financial scarcity, playing small, confusion and doubt. So what do? You think about, what can I do with my hands? What can I do? How can I help people? What can I help? You know, what are the skills that I have? How can I monetize it? How can I have multiple streams of income? How can I connect to a community of women that can empower me, that can put me out there? So all of that, it really should really be your why. And if there's anything that doesn't look like that, that should be by the wayside. That is just really a distraction, right? So I'm just excited because I'm about to invite our first workshop facilitator. I'm going to read her bio, but before we do that, I want us to just give a virtual clap. Hey! I'm going to read her bio, and she's about to really take us to school. You know, talking about the smart way to build your business, the smart way to build your business. I don't know where you are in your business journey. People, we're all on different spectrums, starters, people that just have idea, people that are in there, etc. But Bay is going to show us, how do we build a smart business? How do we act? You know, how do we make our faith come alive? What do we put in place? Because faith is good, but what are the steps? What are the strategies we can put in place to make faith more powerful, right? You have a 9-to-5 and then you have a side business. Okay, that is great, but what are the systems you have in place? How are you managing your time? You know, how are you automating your business? You know, because we need all of that to really keep us in that mindset of faith. And why this is also important is because sometimes when we fail, sometimes when things don't go our way, we tend to give up. But it could just be a switch in our business system. It could just be talking to someone. It could just be moving all your products to either, I don't know, Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever, Twitter, you know, that could just be the switch that you need in your business. So faith in action now would be getting the knowledge that you need to make your business or your idea or yourself successful. So that's what Bay is going to be doing for us today. And so a quick read of her bio. She's the founder of Entrepreneurs Nook, where she helps women grow their service-based businesses while working full-time. She definitely believes that having an additional source of income is no longer a nice to have, and I agree with that, but an absolute necessity. And her passion is just rooted in, you know, her background. She had parents who had side businesses, and she's been laid off a couple of times. So she understands the reason why you definitely cannot depend, you know, on one source of income. And so this is her passion, helping women, you know, have successful side businesses while also running their 9-to-5. And again, can we put our hands together for Bay? Yay! All right, Bay, the court is yours.
Thank you. Thanks, Stella. Hi, ladies. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to try and share my screen, Stella, so that I can get started. It's saying that I can't share it while the other participant is sharing, so. Stella, you're on mute, so I can't hear you.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing now, okay?
Hi, ladies. So once again, I am Bayode Simpson. I go by Bay. And for those of you that are in Atlanta, hello, I'm a former Atlanta resident. I'm an Atlanta transplant. I actually went to Georgia State and I lived in Atlanta for 11 years before moving to Canada, but Atlanta is still home. So my sister is there. So shout out to all my A-Town folks. So I'm going to share my screen now. Let me know if when you're able to see it. Okay. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll just jump right in. So like Stella introduced me, I am Bayode Simpson, and I help women grow their side businesses or their businesses while they're juggling their families and their full-time jobs. And my motivation for that comes from being laid off 3 times over the course of my career. At several intervals over the course of my career, I've been laid off, and with each layoff, I realized that I couldn't rely on just one source of income. The first layoff came when I was still a university student. I was a junior at Georgia State, and so I was still with my parents, so they were able to support me. The second one also happened when I was working for a tech company in Atlanta, and at this time I had a mortgage and a car note, and it was a little difficult, but I was able to have my parents support me because I was a mid-20s. I was a 23 or 24-year-old girl, lady who wasn't so good about saving and all that. I was just living my life. But with the third layoff, I saw it coming because at this time I was a mid-level executive for a consulting company, and I started saying that they were letting people go, and I started to make plans towards starting my own business. And so I was looking around. I don't know how to do hair. I don't know how to do makeup. Like, what can I do? And I have the gift of, helping women look at their business from a different perspective. Anytime I heard of someone who just started their business, I'll launch into what I call unsolicited advice and, start to ask them questions. Have you done this? I have a, business background as well. And the first person that I actually helped with her business is my sister, who owns a cupcake shop. She's been doing that for about 12 years now. So I remember when she started, and that was when I started to ask her questions and really help her to build it up. So that's why I do what I do. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I work full-time as well while growing my business on the side. So I'm going to skip these 2 questions because the introduction that Stella had everyone do has given me an idea of who's already started their business and who's thinking or who doesn't have their business. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip this part in the interest of time. And so before we really launch into the discussion for today and what I'm going to be talking about, I like to level set with some math. So I know you weren't expecting to do some math on here, but I want to share a universal formula with you that I believe is important in achieving any goal, absolutely any goal you have in life. You need to have those 2 key ingredients to achieve your goal. So let's go. So the first part is that you have to have, your mindset right. So it all begins with your mindset. Next is having, what's going on? Sorry. And then, sorry. So first you need your mind to have, your mindset right. And then you need your strategy. So your strategy is your game plan, how you're going to achieve your goal. So I'm just level setting here, but Stella is going to go into more discussion around mindset because mindset is a huge topic on its own. But I just wanted to set the tone for the direction in which we're going, that in order for you to achieve any goal, absolutely any goal in life, you need to have your mindset right. You need to have a strategy in order for you to hit your target. So now let's talk about reasons why you would start a business, because from the introductions, a lot of us are doing fantastic things. Like the knowledge power in this room, in this virtual room is amazing. Like 2 PhD candidates, people in the medical field and technology. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And I'm really happy to be amongst amongst you ladies. So let's talk about reasons why you would want to start your business. So I gave the example of being laid off. And, at the time I was laid off, I had to, look for other things to do to supplement the salary that I was earning before. So you can start your business because you want to supplement your salary. So your salary is not, it doesn't meet, all of your needs, all of your bills. So you'll start a business to supplement your salary. You can also start a business to complement your salary. So that's, okay, your salary is meeting your basic needs, is paying your bills and all the other things you need to do. But there are some extras that you want to do that your current salary won't allow you to do. So that's where starting a business will be a good idea. Another reason will be to ignite your passion. So let's say you have a passion, something that you want to do outside of your 9-to-5, outside of your full-time job. That would be a reason to start a business. Another one is to fund your passion. So if you're passionate about, say, missions or sponsoring children, that would be having a business will be a good way for you to do that. And then on the other hand, starting a business can be exploratory. So you're, trying to figure out if this is the right thing for you. Maybe you're trying to switch careers, or you're trying to go from your full-time role into a full-time entrepreneurship. So, you're exploring that idea. And another reason why you can start a business is to fast track your personal projects. I know we talked about, what would you do with $1 million? Like a lot of you said, I would invest it. I would buy property. I'll pay off debt, or I'll pay off all my debt first and then invest it. So, starting a business while you're waiting for that $1 million to come can help you to fast track your personal projects, whether it's purchasing your first home, whether it's investing in real estate, investing in stocks and shares. So that's another way for you to use the funds from your business, to fast track your personal projects. So I'm going to pause to just in case there anyone's having any difficulty hearing me or seeing the screen before I move on. So please feel free to put that in the chat, and Stella, let me know. So no issues. Okay. So I realized that there are two types of women I come across. Those that have lots of ideas, like I have so many ideas, I'm a super creative person, but I don't know which one to start with. Like, what do I start with? I can do hair, I can do makeup, I can do a whole bunch of things. So what I usually advise people is advice I got from my coach is start on the path of least resistance. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, what can you start? First of all, if you have lots of ideas, take one at a time. You don't want to try everything out at once. You want to start one, really get into the groove of it, understand it before moving on to the next one. But if you have multiple ideas and you're wondering which one to start with, start on the path of least resistance. Which one allows you to start with very low costs, has low barrier to entry. You don't need to get additional education in order for you to get started. Like, there are not a lot of things that will stop you from starting that business idea, from going ahead with that business idea, is what I mean by start on the path of least resistance. And then if for the women I meet who, feel like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't have any ideas. I don't think I have, any skills. First of all, think about what lights you up. Like, what is it that you enjoy doing that sometimes we don't realize that the things that we're doing can be monetized. So what do you enjoy doing? What lights you up? What do you do with ease? What are people telling you you're really good at? What are people asking you to do that you do that is a no-brainer? Like, take some time to write that down, and ideas will come to you on things you can do to monetize. And another big thing about when you think that you don't have any business ideas is to think outside the box. So I'm going to start you off with some business ideas. There's you can, if you work in a corporate or full-time job where you're creating lots of PowerPoint presentations, you can start to create PowerPoint presentations specifically for female entrepreneurs or for people in real estate, people that rely on presentations for their webinars, for their business pitches, things like that. So that's an idea. That's you taking your skill from your 9 to 5 and making a business out of it. For those who are in accounting, bookkeeping, you can also transfer it. It's a transferable skill that you can do as your business. Coaching comes in different form, personal training, business coaching, using your experience to coach others and to help others. We have a caterer here, so catering, whether it's gourmet meals or you're really specific about the type of meals that you're providing, event planning, baking, meal prepping, jewelry and accessories. Someone here is also into interior design and decor. And I just added this to the slide, the virtual party host and concierge. So my daughter turned 1 last weekend, and I have a friend that just started a business. She's a professional Zoom party host. Herself and her team will coordinate the party for you. Everything from your setup, the tech, looking at the background, and they facilitate the party. They have games, they get everyone engaged. It's just a different experience, and that is what they're doing, and that is what I call thinking outside of the box. They have made Zoom parties a thing. They have made it their business, and they're doing so well. They're doing absolutely well with it. So that's another idea with regards to business ideas that you can start. So how do you start your business? Now, I have 5 steps here that I'm going to share with you. And even though there are 5 steps, I like to warn that, there are 5 simple steps, but they require work. With everything, hard work, doing the work, putting in the time, putting in the effort is how you will see your results. So Stella talked about knowing your why. And this time around, this is knowing your why from the perspective of what motivates you. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to start your business? Earlier on, I shared whether you're starting your business to supplement your salary, to complement your salary, to fund your passion. Know why you're starting your business. Know exactly why, because it's important for you to know why, so that on those days, those times where you feel like you can't keep going, you will remember your why. You'll go back to why you started it. And I always say that most times when your why is bigger than you, when your why is not just focused on you as a person, where it impacts your family, a community, a whole bunch of people, it's easier for you to stick to it, to stick to why you're doing what you're doing, why you're starting your business, when the purpose is bigger, it's larger than you. So the first step to starting your business is knowing your why. Why do you want to start that business? What is your motivation for that? The second step is to assess your skills and interests. So what are the current skills that you have? I talked about, transferable skills from your full-time job. What are the things from your full-time job that, come to you easily, that you enjoy doing, that you can create, and there is a need for it that you can use to start your business? Again, what are your interests? What lights you up? What do you enjoy doing? All that stuff. All that is what will go into this step, into assessing your skills and your interests. The third step is to align your skills and interests to a pain point. With everything, with every business, your business has to provide a solution. It has to provide a solution for a pain point, for a problem. You have to be clear on what the problem you're solving. For example, if you're an interior decorator, some of us are not very talented or skilled when it comes to furnishing. So that's where you come in. So that's the problem that you're solving for us. Those that do hair and makeup, I am so not a makeup person. So, that's where when I have to go for events, I'm happy to hire a makeup artist to help me with it. So make sure that, what the business you're going to start solves a problem, that there's an actual need for it. And then step 4 is to create an offer. So, put it out there, create an offer, make an offer, meet new people, tell them who you are and what you have to offer them. And that's really how you get your business going. Because if you stay in your own corner feeling like, okay, I want to start a business, and you actually have to create something. Like you have to have something on, like I say, your virtual shelf, or if you're a service-based business, you have to have something that you're offering in exchange for money you're offering for a business transaction to occur. So you have to create an offer. And once you create that offer, you test it out. So you put it out there, you promote it, you talk about it, you share it with people, have a few people take it out, or take it for a spin, get feedback, tweak it, put it out there again. So the step 5 is a continuous process when you start your business until you have it fully, refined, and, you know exactly what your audience, your clients, what they need. So that's the 5 steps to starting your business in a nutshell. So we've talked about starting your business, and a lot of us are either students or we have full-time jobs. So how do you juggle how do you juggle a business with your full-time job? And I'll tell you just how to do that. So before I keep moving forward, I'll tell you how I came up with this. So I had a business coach, and I just used to complain that I didn't have time, that this and that was going out. So she told me to take some time to create something that I would have liked to have when I started my business. Pardon me. To create something that I would have liked to have when I started my business, and that would help others. I'm sorry, I'm just going to drink some water here. I'm sorry. So here we go. So she asked me to create something that would help others. Like, what would you have liked to have in your business when you started? And create something that she challenged me to create something that would help others. And so this is what I created. For those of us that have full-time jobs, families, and everything in between. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I have something in my throat.
Okay, take your
This
time.
is real life. This is reality.
You're fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you're juggling, you have your 9 to 5, you have you're in school, you're a PhD candidate, but you want to start a business. The first thing I say, once you have your business in place, is to have systems. And I know that the word systems usually scares people. Like, if you're not, technology inclined or technically inclined, you're wondering, what kind of systems do I need? And I'm referring to like simple systems, like systems that will support your business. Your system can be as simple as creating a document in Google Drive and having templates. So for those of us, for example, you're a makeup artist, you're a caterer, you're an interior decorator. Like, when people reach out to you, you don't want to be scrambling all the time for, whether it's the packages that you offer, or how they can work with you, or the process to work with you. So you have a document that tells you, okay, someone reaches out, this is step 1 is they do this, they fill out a form, they, all the different steps, and that is your system that you go to. So you're not thinking about each time somebody reaches out to you, creating and recreating documents, or creating, trying to figure out how you respond to them, because you already have a system set up to support your business. Your system is to support your business. And the reason why you want to have a system is for the repeatable tasks in your business. People are going to be reaching out to you often to ask you questions, and we're in this age where, it's a microwave society, where sometimes, people reach out to you, they don't understand that you're 9 to 5, but you can create an autoresponder that responds to them and says, okay, you can expect, to hear back from me in 24 hours or 48 hours, but, you provide them with maybe FAQs, frequently asked questions, something to keep them until you can really, come back to them. So that's what I mean by the systems to support your business. It can be as simple as Google Drive, or you can have a whole CRM, customer relationship management system. But honestly, it doesn't have to be complicated, but just having a system for your business will take the pressure off and allow you to be able to enjoy your business and do things other than focusing on scrambling every time somebody reaches out to you to ask you a question. So that's what I just explained. Systems don't have to be complicated. They can be as simple as possible. They can be simple yet effective. And so the other part to like juggling, you know, your 9 to 5 and your family and creating this business is monetization. If it's not an NGO, if it's not for profit, then you want to monetize your business. So you absolutely have to make monetization a priority. That goes back to what I said about having a virtual shelf, having something for you to offer. You can't start your business and say, okay, you know, I'm going to give out free products, which is fine. There should be a strategy for the free products or the free services you're giving, but you also want to make sure that you make monetization your priority, that you have things to sell, you know, that you have things to sell to people, because it's, you know, if you're not selling, if you're not if there isn't an exchange of business of money, it's not a business. It's probably a very expensive hobby, or just a hobby on the side. So you absolutely want to make monetization a priority. You know, price accordingly. Think about the cost, the time, the value that you're providing, especially for us service-based business owners. You know, a lot of times, you know, when we're pricing, we get a little shy about how to price, but you have to think about the value that you're providing. Like for the makeup artist, the caterer, you're making things convenient for your clients. You know, you're helping them to do things that if they were to do themselves would either take them more time or cost them more money if they were to DIY it. So make sure that, you know, you understand that there's value that you're creating and there's value that you bring to the business, to the service that you're providing. Also, you know, you want to make sure that you're monetizing for profitability and not just to break even. So the next piece to, you know, how do you handle working 9 to 5, you know, family, your full-time job and everything in between, is accountability, agreeing to be accountable. Accountability is so important for you when you're a business owner, because you can't stay in your own little silo, in your own little corner to say that you're running your business, you got this, you know, everything is going well. You have to be accountable to someone, even if you share things with those around you, like your family, like your spouse. It is always a good idea to be accountable to somebody who's also in the same, you know, who's also in business, who's also going through the same thing you're going through. So like getting plugged into an accountability group. Stella talked about how Women Doing It Afraid provides accountability. Whether you hire a coach or whether you're part of a mastermind group, or just, you know, you have an accountability partner or buddy that, you know, will keep you accountable. For the last 5 years since I started my business, I have always been in an accountability or a mastermind group, because it helps me, it keeps me grounded, it keeps me focused, and I keep doing the work, because it's easy for me to flake out on myself. But when I have to be accountable to somebody else, I don't want to show up as a slacker. I don't want to look like I'm an unserious person. So it motivates me to keep going, to keep doing the work, and just being accountable and being transparent will help you in your business. So that's another way to keep you focused on managing your business while, you know, you're handling family, your job, and everything in between. So the fourth pillar of, you know, running your business while you're working the smart way, the smart way to run your business while you're working full-time and you have other things going on, is to create a routine. So, you know, having time set aside for your business. Listen, nothing comes easy, and, you know, you have to put in the time. Now we have different things going on in life, different competing priorities, different things vying for our attention. But once you get into a routine, okay, every day at, or every morning at 6 or 7 a.m., I'm spending an hour or 30 minutes on my business, and it becomes a routine, so it's something that you start to do, and it definitely becomes a habit. It grows on you, and you keep on doing it, and that's how you can sustain, running your business, doing the work that is required to support your business. So you want to get into a routine when you start your business, have a routine for the time, for the time you spend in your business, okay? So create a routine that works for you and your lifestyle and your family and everything else. And the fifth part, and really we can spend a whole session, I actually have a whole workshop on time management, but the fifth part of the smart way to run your business is time management. And I say take your time management skills up several notches. And now I don't talk about time management without talking about energy, because I personally believe that they go hand in hand. Because it's one thing for you to have time to work on your business, but where's your energy? What are your energy levels like when you're working on your business? So you want to make sure that you're taking your time and energy management skills up several notches. So you want to protect your time. You want to protect your energy. Don't get on the phone and speak to that person who's going to drain your energy before you start working on your business or responding to clients. Protect your time, protect your energy. Choose the right time that works for you to work on your business, schedule things, ask for help. That's a big thing, ask for help from your spouse, from family, those around you, ask for help, hire help that would help you so that you can work on your business if you have to, or if you can. Learn to say no. There are different ways to say no. We hear that, oh, no is a full sentence. There are ways to say, oh, thank you, but that's not going to work. Learn to say no and really learn to protect that time that you want to invest in your business. And then above all is to prioritize, make your business a priority. Because if you don't, then you're just going to reap what you sow. So that's the SMART method. So what I just described is the SMART method. And in just a few words, so the systems, just to recap, is, create simple systems. Monetization, put a price tag on it. Accountability, get an accountability body. Just, get plugged into an accountability group, hire a coach or a mentor, get into a routine, schedule it and get into a routine. And then protect your time and energy when it comes to time management. So that's the smart way to run your business or to build your business. And I have some nuggets to share with you here. So I'm just quickly going to go into that. So first thing is know who your customer is. Who are you creating your product or your service for? Who needs your offer? Know that person inside and out. What keeps them up at night? Where do they hang out? What do they like? How can you help them? Speak the language that they speak so that you get to know who your customer is. You absolutely have to know your customer. Next is to count your costs, materials, equipment, time, skill, and overall, just, like I said, the value that you bring, but you want to know what your costs are, because a lot of times when we price things, we don't really go into details with, the equipment, the raw materials, whatever it is, whatever it takes, even sometimes the education that has, gotten you to the point where you're able to create an offer. And then just a few things. So your business is not a charity for family and friends. If you need to have a standard discount code or something for family and friends, by all means do it, but your business is not a charity for family and friends. Your business shouldn't feel like another job that you dread going to. Your business should not be a hobby if you're trying to monetize it. Your business shall not be an afterthought. So that's where, getting into a routine, finding the time to work on your business is important. And above all, your business shall not be unprofessional. Try to keep things professional. I'm not saying to be stuffy, but make sure that, it's a business. People are giving you money. So make sure that, you keep some kind of professional decorum in your business. And so here are some do's and don'ts. So feel free to niche down. So niching down is just you focusing on a specific group of people who need what you have to offer. So not generalizing the offer that you have, but being really specific about who needs your offer. So don't feel bad about failing. Failure is part of the process. Failure is what gets you to your success. So I know that sometimes, we get scared about failing. And I think that comes from like going to school and getting low grades, or even working full time. And when you have your performance evaluation, you want to make sure that, you're successful. But in business, failure is good. Like failure is what helps you to realize the things that you shouldn't do, the things that, you need to avoid. So don't be afraid about failing. And just to talk a little bit about failure is that sometimes we are afraid to like put things out because we are refining and tweaking things, and we really want things to be perfect because we're trying to avoid failure. But realize that perfectionism might be your fear. So perfectionism is fear disguised as failure, because you just don't fear disguised as failure, exactly, because you don't want to fail. So just don't feel bad about failing. That's, as a business owner, it's good to fail. So you absolutely want to test your product or your service, test it out, get feedback, make sure you test things out, see what works, see what's not working, and keep things moving. So don't get stuck giving free services on products. So I talked about monetization, and sometimes we feel like, okay, in order to build our credibility, we have to give free products and services, but there has to be a strategy behind it. Are you getting an email address in exchange? Are you getting a testimonial? What are you getting? Don't get stuck in that free bubble, because it will become a crutch. So make sure that you know why you're giving free products and services, but also, you want to make sure that you're monetizing. So don't get stuck giving free products and services. You want to invest in yourself and your business. Make sure that you invest in yourself, whether it's taking a course, hiring a coach, be sure to invest in yourself. And then again, don't be afraid to pivot. We talked about people who have multiple business ideas, you're testing one out. And if it doesn't work out, or if within your business you want to switch from, helping a specific group of people to another set of people, don't feel bad about switching hats, about pivoting, because that's what keeps things interesting. And at the end of it all, you absolutely want to keep things simple. I find that we overcomplicate things, and that leads to overwhelm. It leads to discouragement. So just keep things simple. Just keep things simple. You don't have to make things complicated to have a really good business that provides value. And then again, don't be afraid to say no or have others say no. So when others say no to you, realize that they're saying no to your offer and not to you as a person. I know it's hard sometimes, but don't be afraid to say no and receive no's. And collect data when you can. Data is always good for you to know trends and know how your customers and clients, like what works for you and their business. And then absolutely do not give up. Don't give up. Keep going. I was on mute. Sorry. I was just going to say, we're all here doing what we have to do. And I just want to know that you should keep going, and because you've got this. So I have a suggested list of books if you're interested in reading books that can help you with your business. These are books that I've read over and over again that have helped me as a new business owner, and I keep on reading them. So I just wanted to take some time to share them with you. And voila, thank you so much for this time. Thank you, Stella, for bringing women from different walks of life together. And that's it. And I'll be open for questions.
Oh yeah, so we do have a list of questions. I'm going to start with the first one. How do you get people to buy into your idea?
You have to buy into the idea first. Like you have to believe in your own idea first before you can get people to buy into your own idea. So it starts with you. That's the short answer. It starts with you. And of course, again, showing, the value that people will get from your idea, we talk about benefits as well, but it absolutely starts with you. It absolutely starts with you and how you feel about your idea.
And even if you feel great about the idea, I think sometimes you literally have to nurture the leads and nurture the people that you think are your target audience, right? And it doesn't mean that they probably will buy into the idea immediately, but I believe that's where patience really comes into play.
Absolutely.
You really have to be patient and keep giving out value, And I think as a business owner, it's very important that we don't just bring in every Tom, Dick, and Harry into our business or into our space. You really want the right kind of people that will just buy into your idea, but also be ambassadors. I think that's really important. All right, next question. So would you advise not stepping out for the first time on an idea that has most resistance? I think that was the question. That has a lot of resistance. You talked about starting with an idea that had the least resistance. Someone else said, so are you going to say don't start on an idea that has a lot of resistance?
Well, that's a very good question, and actually, it comes to like your personal beliefs as well. The reason why I say starting from a part of least resistance is to get you going. Is to take out all the no's. Oh, I can't do the buts, the ifs, everything. But if you feel like you're absolutely ready to go into this, and you have all sorts of resistance that you're ready to overcome, then by all means, go for it.
Okay, great. And then Selena asked, would monetization start immediately or will it take some time?
I feel like it should start immediately. Because one thing I realized is that there's so much confidence that comes from being paid for your service or for a product, that you want to get that confidence as soon as possible. You really want to start, and that validates your business idea.
Right, and I guess,
yeah.
And our definition of monetization also is really important too. I guess that's at least as long as something is coming and people are paying for value, paying you for what you're doing. I think that's really good. With time, you kind of like have a clear idea of, okay, what is my value? What is the worth? Do I need to up the price? Do I need to make changes? Do I need to bundle, etc.? Some people are blessed, it probably will start immediately, but if you're doing, I guess, like you said, giving maybe freebies, it might not start immediately, but the goal is that people that you're giving freebies to also tell other people or come back as repeat customers.
Yeah, so that's where the strategy behind your freebie comes into play. But now when I talk about monetization, like you said, Stella, you can up your price at some point, but you want to start with like a baseline. Like, so when I talk about, start immediately. So I'm not telling you to start like charging like, premium rates right out of the gates, but, start to charge so that you get used to, because another thing I realize is that just like in my situation, like money conversations are difficult, like selling. Oh, I don't like selling. Selling doesn't come to me naturally. All these excuses and things that keep us away from actually, creating those revenue goals that we want. So that's why, like based on my experience and what I would tell anybody starting their business now is try to monetize as soon as possible. But like you said, with the freebies is, with a strategy in mind, not that you're just handing out free services and free products without an end goal in mind.
Yeah, that's true. Next question from Nimi said, when should you start looking for an assistant?
Oh, that's as soon as you feel like, you can afford it and, your business requires an assistant. Like now I made a mistake of hiring an assistant as soon as I started my business. Like I have so many like don'ts for when you start working. So I was hiring somebody, paying her hourly, but I wasn't making the money or anything, but I had an assistant. So that's like a don't, so you want to make sure that, your business is at a point where you actually need an assistant. You have systems, you have processes in place, because like she was getting frustrated. I was getting frustrated because she was coming to me all the time. Oh, what should I do? Oh, and, I was like, figure it out. But I didn't have steps for her. I didn't have like daily tasks, weekly tasks, so those are things that you want to have in place before you hire someone. Know exactly what you're hiring the person for.
Right.
Would you recommend starting off with a virtual assistant first then, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you said assistant, my mind just went to a virtual assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Priscilla asks, how do I politely communicate to family and friends that my work and time is to be paid for? That's another $1 million question right there, because their family and friends will definitely keep coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, boundaries, first of all, setting those boundaries. But like I said, having those, oh, you need me to bake a cake. Oh, okay, I'm going to send you the invoice and, you get this and that. And there we go, like if you have, like I said, if you have a standard like discount for family and friends, like let them know, but, just set those boundaries.
Yeah, I remember I saw a post that said, even if you do something for free, for example, for your family and friends, send them an invoice, let them see the price and tell them this, like, I'm giving it to you so that they know the value of your time, because they will keep coming. Yes. And again, it's about also like how you portray yourself to them and what are the systems in place. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated, like Bay said. If someone wants to do something for them for free, send them either to your Instagram page. They can look at, the pictures you have on there. They can click on your bio, put something in your calendar, have a consultation call to them. Like then they know it's no longer I'm going to WhatsApp you my need. It's more book a 15-minute consultation call with me. Let's have a conversation about what you want. Then we can talk about pricing. Yeah. And then if you have a discount for them, you know that they're going to try to bring it down to zero. Tell them, because you're family and friends, I have a discount for you, etc. And if we don't start with that platform or with that foundation, they will keep coming back and think that what you're doing is free, or you're my buddy. I can always, ping you in the middle of the night and ask you to do something for me. So it's what systems like do you have in place so they understand that it's a business and not a hobby.
Yeah. I really do agree that the boundaries piece is really important. And then also starting off, always ask them to leave a review.
Oh, yes.
As that can definitely be very beneficial too as well.
And Ms. Pedro asks, my food business requires materials, energy, and time, but I discovered that I'm able to charge my customers for only cover materials only. What can I do so I don't end up charging them too high compared with other caterers?
Sorry, can you repeat that question again?
My food business requires material, energy, and time, but I discovered that I'm able to charge my customers for only cover materials only. What can I do so I don't end up charging them too high compared with other caterers?
Well, so you definitely want to charge for your time as well, because materials only, that's just breaking even. So, the comparison with other caterers, I would say, yours is unique, like you're the it factor. Right. So what are you bringing into it? Like what kind of convenience are you building into it for them, that other caterers are not? Like, are you delivering to them? Are you customizing the menu, like low salt, using olive oil or specific things? Like, so look at the things that you can do that really allows you to stand out, so that you can up the price, so that you're just not covering your basic just the cost, so that you're also getting something for your time and your effort that you're putting into it.
Okay, so I'm going to have last question here. But for everyone, if you have more questions, we have a Q&A session later. But the last one for this session will be, is getting interns a good idea? Can you sell the value of experience? And when is a business ready for interns?
Oh, of course. I see ads for interns in different, even for example, with social media management and things like that. It's definitely a good idea to get interns. Like going back to the conversation around the virtual assistant, is knowing exactly what they're going to be supporting you with, making sure that, and you're also giving them that full experience, because as interns, they're coming in to learn from you. So make sure that you have what they're going to be doing, but you also want them to leave with solid experience in terms of what they've learned from you. So it's not a bad idea, as long as you have a need and what you can direct them to help you with.
Right. Thank you so much. So people asked about your Instagram handle. So if you look at my screen right now, you'll be able to see it on there. Yes. So you can follow Bay on that's her website, and Instagram at Entrepreneurs Nook, and LinkedIn as well. And I know some of your questions might need a little bit more digging in, especially with the one about, you know, charging just for cover, etc. So if you want to wait at the end of the whole workshop, we can do more one-on-one, just to really give you more strategies that you can implement. Black Friday is coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So those are really key events in the year that you can actually get some money back, because you can sell in bulk and go back to recurring customers and see if you buy more, you get more. So there are things that you can do that are really specific to your business, so that you don't get a charge high, but you get value back in return in terms of finance. So, all right, thank you all so much. Thank you, Bay. Can we please put our hands together for Bay? Hands together or virtual claps. I hope this has been great. Let me know in the comment section how this has been. Fantastic. What did you learn, etc. And I'm going to move on to our second speaker. Okay, so her name is Habiba Kainde. She's an online business strategist, and she helps small businesses and entrepreneurs get their businesses online and build profitable brands. She works with clients strategically to leverage social media, which is, hey, the world we're in right now, to attract new customers, grow their businesses, and then also build their brands. So virtual claps for our second facilitator, Habiba Kainde. Yay! All right, the floor is yours, Habiba.
Hi, ladies. Good evening. Can everyone hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
All right, great. So good evening from Lagos. It's just past 6 p.m. over here. And good morning to the rest of you. So let me get my presentation together.
And so while she's doing that, ladies, please feel free to take a picture, tag me on Instagram, wherever, take a video, let people know where you're at, let us, you know, do a review, whatever that might be for you. We just want to, I want to just feel that you're definitely getting impacted and learning something from today's session, okay? All right.
All right, so just a few minutes, let me present. All right, so we're all going to talk about all about social media, all right? So more of a practical session, and it's been great hearing from you ladies, getting to know everyone. Like Stella said, my name is Habiba, and I'm coming to you live from Lagos. So we're talking all about social media strategy, which is, you know, I think what everyone is crazy about, what everyone is using. And at the end of this session, my aim is to help you evaluate what you're currently doing, so you can see the areas that you need to tweak and have some things that you can implement right away so that you can use social media effectively. I'm not going to dwell too much on these because I guess we all know why social media. We all know why social media, why we need social media. And it's just a few interesting stats for you. And the major thing to note is, like all of us, myself included, a lot of people go online and they see what other people are saying about brands before they make decisions about products. It could be a product, it could be a service. They go online to see what other people. So that's why it's really important that we are leveraging it strategically. And we see that nearly 50% of the world's population is on social media. So that's a lot of people, you know. We're connected via our smartphones, laptops, the internet, and to think that if you were just going to rely on you talking to people, you probably would only be able to talk to maybe 10, 20, if you're really ambitious, 50 people a day. But with social media, you can reach so many more people and people all over the world. So it's really a great thing. So this is a session that sometimes it takes me about 3 hours to go through it. So I just want to jump straight into it because, you know, we're talking social media. So first of all, the very first thing that you're going to do is to evaluate what you're doing right now. What exactly are you doing? What are the results that you have? How do you reach your current efforts? If you can drop that in the comments, that would be great. So what are you doing? You know, what do you do if you're new to your business, you probably are not doing anything, but what exactly are you doing, even if it's just offline, and how is that giving you results? If you haven't done anything, if you're new in business, you can take a look at what other similar businesses, similar businesses to what you want to do, what are they doing, what kind of activities do they do on social media? So that way you can have a starting point, because when you're new, you may not have anything, you may not have anything to start your evaluation from. If you're someone who's been doing business for a few months, yes, you have, a few things to look back on. So you do that evaluation, and then the why question once again, you're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Because I find a lot of times when I have consultations with people, they just want to start using Instagram because it seems like that's just where it is at. And then I'm talking to someone who has possibly a business where they're importing large manufacturing products, and how are they going to use Instagram for that? Because they want to jump on Instagram because that's where it's at, that's where everything is happening. So what exactly do you want to do? Are you just creating awareness for your brand? You haven't started yet, but you want to start creating awareness. Do you want to start getting leads that can be converted into clients or customers? Are you already in business that you want to increase your sales? Or do you just want a medium where people can easily talk to you, where they can interact with you, that you can use for customer service? You need to think about that. And then the step 3 is your people. So there's also a workbook. I don't know if Stella has been able to get that out. So there's a workbook that you can, use and fill in all these things so that you have, if you don't get to take all the notes right now, you will have the slides, and then you can also have that workbook where you can fill in, if you like to print things out or type in, you can type in all the answers to these things. So who are your people, the people you want to serve, the people that need your product or service? Because your people are going to determine what you do. We don't just do the same thing for everyone. You don't talk to a mom, a stay-at-home mom, the same way you would talk to an executive who is in his office. You're probably not going to even find them on the same network. So you have to think, who are your people? Who are the people that you want to serve? So now our action point at this time is to write down your ideal client avatar. You can go into their gender, age, occupation, interest, the brands they love, the influencers they listen to and they engage with, their habits. You have to go, Bay talked a little bit about, your target customer, your audience. It's really important even when it comes to your social media, because you knowing so much about who you want to serve, about that ideal client, is going to influence how you do social media. And then step 4 is your platforms, where we find that we always, Instagram is where it's at, everyone's on Instagram, and suddenly TikTok comes into the picture, and then everyone is all over TikTok, and then you hear, oh, well, Instagram Reels are back, and then you're back on Instagram, and then suddenly everyone is talking about Twitter. Have you seen this? These conversations are going on Twitter. But for a business, you cannot just aimlessly be thrown by the trends and what is going on. You have to decide which platforms, which ones are the best ones that you need for your people, and how you're going to use them effectively. So we have our big 4. The big 4 that we think about, we have Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Those are the top 4, right? So what you're going to do, if you're new in business, you're just starting off, just create your account on those big 4, reserve your username. You want to make sure, because you find that when you start to search for businesses, when you start to search for brands, it's usually one of these 4 that comes up in the top results. So you want to make sure that you have reserved your space on those platforms, because these are the top ones. And then you choose 2 to start to use actively, because you don't want to spread yourself too thin. If you have limited time, which I guess a lot of us have, because you're doing side hustles, you have families, you have relationships, there's a lot of things you have to do, or money, starting out, you don't just want to spend, or we've been talking about whether you're going to get an assistant straight away in business, because a lot of times people get assistants to help out with social media and all that. So when you think about hiring someone to do social media, they're also in business and they're going to be collecting money. So do you have the money to spend? If you don't have that money while you're starting up and you have limited time, don't spread yourself too thin. Focus on a few social media platforms that will give you the result, right? And like I mentioned previously, you have those top 4, and then you just decide that, okay, I'm going to streamline and decide. A lot of times we do Instagram and Facebook. They kind of always go together because you can always share. Then next, you're going to look at one more. Maybe it's LinkedIn or it's Twitter, where you can be active, and then you select that to add on. So over to you. Which social media platforms are you actively using for your business right now? Can you just quickly tell me? I don't think I can see the chat right now.
It's okay. I'll read it out for you. So
okay.
Instagram and Facebook. Mimi said Instagram and Facebook. We have a question, but we'll answer the question at the end.
Okay.
This session. They just said Instagram. They said Instagram and LinkedIn. All right, let's know, ladies. What other platforms are you using? Folashade, what platform are you using? Josetta, Cozy, let's know, what other platforms are you using? Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Okay.
Yes, I haven't said anything about WhatsApp, but that's becoming so popular right now because, for a lot of countries, WhatsApp is a great way. You can put people in groups with the statuses. People can easily see your status and, find out what you're selling. So WhatsApp is a great one as well. So we have some stats here about the social media platforms, but I'll make this available so that we don't spend too much time. But this also just tells us a little bit about the people that use all these networks, so which will help your decision in deciding which ones you're going to use. If you're someone who has a service for teens, or you want to relate directly to teens, you might not want to go on Facebook because it says that the usage is dropping gradually, because we find that, I think personally from talking to a lot of teenagers, they found that, their moms, their dads, their grandmoms, aunties, and everyone are on Facebook. So they can't really be themselves and do what they want to do. So a lot of them they don't use Facebook as much. You find that it's more people that have older ages that you would find on there. So depending on who your audience is, that's why it's important. And then Twitter, you can see it has this many active monthly users. A lot of people use Twitter, even if from experience, you find that a lot of people use Twitter to talk to big brands because they know that big brands are active on there and they would get a customer service response. So, that's one way that a lot of people use it. So that's something to consider for yourself as well. You need to be listening on Twitter, because I think a lot of times when people have something bad to say about a brand, they might not say it on Instagram, or they might say it in a story, but they will go on Twitter and just have a series of tweets about it. So it's a good listening tool to find out. Just search for your business name once in a while to see if anyone has mentioned you or said anything about you. That way, if there are any unhappy customers, you can easily catch it and deal with it, because they might not even tag you in the tweet. That's how bad it is. They'll just talk about you and people will say, oh, who's that person? And they just run down a brand. It's not really a good experience for anyone. So Instagram, which is the most popular amongst all of us here, so many active users, it keeps on increasing every time, and it continues to attract a younger audience, with 72% of teens saying they use the platform, and 64% of Instagram users are under the age of 34. So that's something to think about. So I guess by next year, I would be above this age, so I don't know. The stats next year will probably reflect something else, but these are the stats as at early this year. So we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more, more professional, more buttoned up. We have more, and since a lot of ladies here are career women, it's a good place to start with building up your brand. And then interesting thing to know here is 80% of social media B2B, that's business to business leads, come from LinkedIn. So if you do a business that you're not direct to consumer, that's you're not talking to a person, you probably do business with other businesses, you might want to look at LinkedIn, because that's a great way to connect to, let's say, for example, you're someone who, like our interior decorator, if you specialize in decorating offices, workspaces, LinkedIn will be a great place to connect with CEOs and the people who make the decisions in organizations. You can just search for, this organization and CEO, and it comes up. And when you are able to connect with them and you send a message, that's a direct contact that you can have with them. So if you do business to business, it's LinkedIn is a great one to look at. And then we have TikTok. TikTok, higher social media engagement rates per post. You find that you get on TikTok and you're spending a lot of time, and it's very popular with teens. 64%, not Instagram users, sorry, this shouldn't be here. So 25% of US users for TikTok are aged 18 to 24, which we can see if you look at the platform is quite popular with younger folks. So, if you have a product or a service for millennials and all those people, you might want to look at doing something on TikTok. All right, so very quickly now we move on to step 5, which is our content. Now we've decided where we're going to be, who we're going to serve. We have to create content for these people. You create content that educates them, it inspires, informs, or entertains them. Whatever it is that you do, you have to find a way to create content. Even if for someone who's into catering, you're a caterer, you have to find a way to create content that will let people, it's not just posting the photos of your food. You have to find a way that you're going to create content that will connect to people, let them get to know who you are, get to know a little bit about your brand, content that will inspire them and move them to the next level. All right. So let's look a little bit at what's working right now. So we have Facebook. Videos, we find that we see a lot of videos, and you even have the Facebook Watch, which is just all about videos, and it's live and recorded videos are very popular on there. And if you have a Facebook business page, you can attest to the fact that the reach ordinarily is kind of just not it at all. It's very discouraging. But you find that if you have a Facebook group, or you can identify Facebook groups where your target audience are active in, and begin to engage in those groups. And engaging in those groups is not just from a point of, oh, I cater to entrepreneurial events, come and book me. I do this, I'm a coach, come and book my latest coaching program. No, you have to come from a place of service where you're servicing, you are offering value, engaging, giving value, creating relationships. When people ask a question, something you can do is, I had a lady who shared how she normally does it. She had an assistant, and she used to have the assistant going every day into certain Facebook groups and search for some keywords. So she would just search for some keywords. Let's say it's a mindset problem, or let's say tech issues, and her assistant will compile all of that, and then she would go in at a certain time and answer those questions. So that's how she could use Facebook groups effectively. So when you get to that stage, you think, oh, there's so many Facebook groups. If you have someone that is an assistant or an intern that works for you, that's something you can do. Find a way to engage, or do it yourself. Just use the search function, because some groups that are active, the conversation moves quite quickly. But you can decide to go in one day and just search for some keywords, whether it's interior design, whether it's journaling, whatever your keywords are. If you know your people, you'll be able to know what their problems likely are, and then you answer those questions. All right. So what's working? So Instagram has released a truckload of updates in the last week, but still, it's all about great content. You know, you have valuable content, whether it is a single post on your feed or a carousel or a video. You know, you just need to have great content and use Instagram stories to connect, to show behind the scenes of your business and strategic collaborations. Because over the last few months, as I work with a number of brands, and we find that there's just been a decline of engagement. It's not like it used to be some years ago when you would post on Instagram and, you know, you have 2,000 followers and you're getting 100 likes, you're getting a few comments. But now you have so many followers, but it's like the reach is so much lower and you're not getting as much interactions as before. So now is a great time to look for how you can collaborate with other people so that you can get in front of their audience, take advantage of influencer marketing, you know, and make use of the insights. If you're just starting out, just want to mention that it's best that you have a business profile. Don't try to, you know, keep using your personal profile, because your business profile gives you so many insights that will help you understand who's following you. It helps you understand when your followers are active online, and you can tweak it. And one thing about the posting times, you know, when you go into your, I don't know if you have your phone and you can go into Instagram right now, if you have a business account, what you find is when you look at your insights, it shows you, let's see if I can show you this. It shows you these times when there's a peak of your followers, right? So you can choose those times as when you put out your post. So you just go into insights, you have to tap on followers, and then when you scroll down to the bottom, you see the most active time. When you post pics, when you tap on it, it also comes up with a number. If you're doing that, can you see that? So it comes up with a number. So you can see that, oh, 2,000 people are online at 3 p.m. So I can decide to go online to engage, or go online to create a post, or do something at that time to take advantage of it. And you don't want to be posting when the least people are online. And you also have to note, it's great for you guys in the US, but these times are in Pacific time. You know, they're in Pacific time. Yes, there's a bit of confusion. It's been going on for a few months. People thought, oh, it's local to you, whatever the time on your phone is, it adjusts. But when you use a tool like Facebook Creator Studio, it tells you clearly that these times are in Pacific time. So then you have to convert it to your own time zone so that you can be using it strategically and using it correctly. But then again, this time is just an estimate. Another way that you can find the time is with you know, when you're trying to go live Instagram. Let me unplug my phone. So you're trying to go live on Instagram and you just scroll. When you scroll over here, right? It doesn't work for everyone, but it might work for you. So you go over to live. When you go over, like you're starting a live video, you might see at the top, it tells you how many people are active online right now. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, yes, it doesn't work for me, but it works for another account of one of my clients. So let me switch to her account. So it doesn't work for everyone, but if you do that, it just gives you an idea. You know, you would just see, it says 12. You can see it says how many followers are active. It gives you that number at the top. So you can just decide, let me show you that again. You can use that, you know, so to make sure that you are posting at the right time. So you would just see something like that at the top, you know, the number of people active at that time. So that's a good hack also, to once you've looked at the insights, and then you can use that as well. If it comes up for you, you can use that to determine when you should be posting or engaging. So LinkedIn, You have to connect with people, because you know, if you're just on your own on LinkedIn, it doesn't make it doesn't make any effect. So you have to connect, share, and engage in conversations, comment on things that people are sharing, share things that will be of interest, things related to your industry, and make sure you complete your profile, you know, carefully. You know, don't just, you know, rush through it. Take time to complete your profile and use keywords, particularly in your headline, because that's what comes up when people search. So Twitter is fast moving, conversation, a lot of conversation. So it's a great place to engage in conversations. It's just relationships that maybe you can take off Twitter, and, you know, see if there's some come out of it for business, and add images where relevant. And we have the latest feature now, which is fleets, just like your Instagram stories or your Snapchat, you know, so that's something that you can take advantage of. Okay, so that is the 5 steps. Okay, sorry. So now, sales. You know, it all comes down to making money. If you're a business, you know, and you're posting on Instagram, posting everywhere, and you're not selling anything, it's just not having any effect. It's about getting clients, about getting people to sign up, buy your product, sign up for your programs. Well, you have to understand that I personally, and I guess it's the same thing with you, don't log into Instagram saying, let me look at what I can buy today. Let me see what coach I can sign up with today. Or, you know, people don't go on there with that intent. So just know that it's a great way for them to discover you. It's a great way for them to become engaged. When they discover you and I like this person, and then they can follow you. So you build up that trust, and then they can get to the point of doing business with you. So, you know, you have to have that balance in your content, not just, buy, oh, I have this for sale, oh, this is my product. You also have, even for those of us who sell, those of us on the call now who sell physical products, it's tempting if you sell shoes to just keep on posting shoes, the latest designs, the latest what you have in stock. But you can post other things as well, add other things into your content mix, ask them questions. What type of heels do you like? Do you wear high heels? How high? Medium heels? Do you prefer wedges, or do you prefer flats? Just find ways to engage your people. Tips on how to care for your heels, tips on how to care for the soles of your shoes. You have to find different ways so that you are taking them. We have discovery. Discovery is when they just come across your account and they decide, oh, okay, this person seems to be interested. Okay, I think I'm going to follow this person. And then as they go on to engage with you, they have that intent that, you know what, I need to sign up with a coach right now that will keep me accountable for all I have to do in my business. And if you're still putting out content, they're getting to know you, you're using Instagram stories, they decide, you know what, I like her personality. I feel like she understands me. She understands that I need to be able to manage my time and juggle my career, juggle my family. And then they now get to the point that, okay, you know what, I want to get to know more about them. And you have maybe a freebie that you can get them to sign up for, whether it is a 15 minutes free consultation or a discovery call. And then you can get on that call. And then that's where your sales skills not come in thing, because we think, oh, just posting on social media, I don't need any sales skills. And people try to shy away from sales. But when you're doing business, there's still that element of sales. So you have to work on that. And then at that point, you can convert them into paying customers. Then they move on to, you have people, they're still following you. They are still following you. They've bought from you. They can buy from you again. By the time their loyalty is increasing, they buy from you again. But then they get to the point where they are the ones doing the marketing for you. They're telling everyone about their coach, how their coach is just amazing. They're resharing all your posts. They're telling everyone, oh, my outfit is from this person. Oh, all my meals were cooked by this person, and she just cooks the most delicious meals that are homemade, that I can just take out of the freezer, continue my go to work, and I just take the meals out, prepare the side dish and I'm good to go. It saves me so much time. Her meals, she cooks under hygienic conditions. Her prices are fair. They start to be the advocate. They are already loyal customers who are doing business with you. So you have to think of how you're going to take people from one step to the other. Everything doesn't happen all the time on just Instagram. This is where your email marketing comes in. Sending emails, or whether it's a WhatsApp group you have for your customers, or you have, all these things, they all work together to get you to the point of making those sales on social media. All right. And then another thing now, organic versus paid. We know that Facebook is pay to play. If you want to get seen, sometimes, a lot of times, you have to put some money behind it. So just share your thoughts. Do you have a monthly budget for your advertising, or are you, if you're new in business, are you thinking of putting some money aside for advertising? There's so many ways that you can advertise. You can advertise with the social media network themselves, do a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, LinkedIn ad, or you can partner with influencers. So I'd like to know your thoughts now. Do you have a monthly budget, or are you thinking of a monthly budget for advertising on social media?
I don't have a budget yet, but my question was going to be, what's a good budget to start doing some advertising on Facebook?
Okay. So Facebook ads, because they start from about $1 a day. So basically, it's just the more you spend, right, the more you're going to get out of it. I recently did this ad campaign, and I was just looking over it, and we spent possibly about $80 for it's an MBA school. So we spent about $80, and they were enrolling new students. The aim was to get about 40, but then they were able to get 32. So your budget at the end of the day it all depends on what you can spare and what is at stake. Because for I don't have these figures in dollars, which would have been great if I did, but for an MBA program that costs about $2 million, which is about let's say 5,000 US dollars, right? And they were able to spend just $80 on Facebook and Instagram ads. That's a great return. So you have to think of the return on investment. I think starting out, $30 is always a good way to go, right? You start out with that and just play around with it, and then you can see what it does for you. But then you have to really be strategic, because it's not just about putting any post out, or you just have a post, or you feel like, Facebook always does that thing, or Instagram does, oh, this post is doing better than all your other posts. Why not push some money behind it? It's just a trap sometimes, because you've not edited that post, you've not created it to be an ad. So you just really have to be strategic. And when you're strategic, it gets you better results. You make better decisions as a business. So your budget, there's no ballpark figure that can say that this is the standard budget that you must. It has to be what you can afford as a business, and then what is at stake. If you're selling a course that is $200 for each person, you can afford to say, okay, you know what? If I spend $500 on this ad campaign and I have the target to get 100 people, I've broken even, and even several times over. So it's just about doing the math and understanding how much is that thing that you're selling, and how many people do you want to reach, and then you can decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to spend this amount on my ads.
Yeah, I was asking because so for Lincoln Power, we have a conference coming up in January, and this will be our first conference. So I kind of wanted to know strategically, like you said, just looking at Instagram or Facebook. I've been doing some research, and it looks like the ads will make sense for Facebook as opposed to Instagram. Just by the numbers that I've been seeing, and just kind of just looking at even the algorithm issues with Instagram. Yeah. I'm noticing, like, with Instagram, they're having a lot. I don't know if it's the goal is to get people to run more ads, or like why the algorithms are a little bit off. But just from my research, I noticed that Facebook is probably where I'm going to be running ads, but just kind of wanted to know from a budget standpoint, what does that kind of look like? But okay. Thank you. That was helpful.
Yeah. So I think you're just going to have to look at how much is one ticket for each attendee of your workshop, and you're just going to say, you know, if I spend at least what I'm going to get for 2 or 3 people, and I get 20 people, I have a target of getting 20 people. That makes sense because you haven't lost. Yeah, you haven't lost anything. So it's just about the numbers. How much is a ticket? And then you set a target of how many people you want to get. And then you can say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to forfeit the fee for 2 people or 3 people and spend that on ads because that's, you know, it makes sense that way.
No, that makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's move on to some tools now. We talked a little bit about, Bay talked a little bit about systems, and you know, tools just help you to just put all these things into place. To have tools for content creation, my favorite is Canva. It's just really a great starting point for anyone. It can make you look like a pro even when you don't know what you're doing, you know. And then you have over Adobe Spark, and then scheduling apps, because you know you don't want to be waiting for a setting. We've talked about getting the optimal time. You don't want to have to, you know, set an alarm, remember to post, and then you're in the middle of something else. You don't get to do those posts. Just use a scheduling app. Facebook Creator Studio, that is free for Facebook and Instagram, and you can add as many accounts, as many Facebook pages, as many Instagram accounts. You can link them up there and have later. Hootsuite, Planoly, Buffer. These ones are paid for. You know, they have some free element. So it's just, there are loads of apps, loads of tools that you can use. It's just about finding which one works for you. You know, I used to use Hootsuite a lot, but now I'm like, all my Facebook pages and Instagram are just Facebook Creator Studio because it's really great. It has the insights, and you know, scheduling. I can schedule single posts, I can schedule carousel posts, I can schedule videos, IGTV right from there. So it just makes a whole lot of sense to use that. And then you have photo editing apps, Snapseed, which is great. It is free and it does a lot. You can save, you can create sort of like your own filter. Another part of Instagram is the aesthetics of it. If you have more of a lifestyle brand or a personal brand where you post pictures of yourself, you might want everything to kind of have a cohesive look so that your feed is, you know, people don't like to talk about it now because Instagram is getting so, the algorithm now, but you know, you might just feel like, you know, I want my feed to still look cohesive, and you might choose a specific filter. You can do that in Snapseed, and there's Lightroom as well. For hashtag research, hashtags are, you know, something else that you can spend hours and hours on. You can use Hashtagify, Tailwind hashtag research, and also use Ninjalytics to research Instagram accounts, especially when you're starting off or you want to up level. You want to find out what other businesses are doing, you know, what exactly makes them tick. You can use Ninjalytics. It's really good for that, but there's a you have to pay to get all the features. For video captioning, when you're using videos, because we all know about attention spans these days and it's coming up in their feed, they might already be scrolling on silent. They will not know what you're talking about. So you might want to caption. It's good practice to caption your video so that they can see immediately that, oh, this is what it's about, and then they go into it. Instagram now has the auto captioning, but I think it's a bit touch and go. It doesn't work on all the videos. Even though I find I've enabled it, but it's not really working on all the videos. So if you can still caption your videos, it's a good one. Vid.io, and there's Capwing too. Capwing is really good, and it has a lot of video editing that you can do in Capwing as well. And then video editing apps, InShot. I like to use InShot, especially for Reels now and TikTok. Really great. And when you upgrade to the yearly plan, it doesn't cost that much. So you can invest in that and move on to a yearly or lifetime plan. You also have Mojo and Boosted. These ones have great story templates for Instagram stories and all the stories that we have popping up everywhere. So Mojo and Boosted, they have great templates that you just put in your your photos or your short clips, and then it just adds these nice transitions that you can use for videos. Okay, and then other tips, I just have this feeling about short form content, like we need to master it. That's your reels, reels are here, it's as much as it's not nice that people's attention spans are getting shorter, but I think these things are they're aiding people in the direction of having really shorter attention spans. So as business people, it's important to be able to know how to compress messages, how to present it in a way that is, that will make them stop and then listen. And then when they start to follow you, they can dive into all the longer form of content. So I feel like going into 2021, you need to master your short form content, your reels, TikToks, LinkedIn stories. Just find a way to draw people in using that. Video marketing, use videos. Humanize your brand. A lot of people just want to post, just my products. I don't want them to see it. It's not about me. It's not about. But if you might not be on the feed of your Instagram or any social media, but just behind the scenes, show them the team that's working behind the scenes. Tell them a little bit about yourself. So that they have that connection. And it's also great for trust, because if there's a brand that is totally faceless, and people have been burnt with scams on social media. So when they know that there's someone behind this brand, it just builds a certain level of trust. Collaborate strategically. Look for complementary brands and businesses, because competitors they will not want to collaborate with you, because it's like you want to come and steal their potential customers as well. So look out for brands that offer products or services that complement what you do. Engage. Don't just post and just walk away. You scheduled all your posts for the weekend, you're done. You're going to come back to Instagram or LinkedIn after 1 week. No, it's important that you are engaging. So some hacks, because we did say we're going to share some hacks. Batch create. Rather than creating one post at a go, why not create 2 or 3? Or just sit down and create your post for the week. You can schedule it, and that saves you time. We're all looking for more time. So if you can do your creation in a batch, you've created 3 posts, you're scheduling them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can then focus on other parts of your business. You can focus on engaging. You can focus on responding to questions. And next one is schedule your posts. It just goes without saying, you're busy, so just schedule those posts. And then repurpose your content. Instead of trying to think, new content, I need to think of something else to post. It can get quite draining when you feel like, I need something new. What else can I talk about? Just look at what insights, look at the posts that have been shared the most, that had the most interaction, and think about how you can reshare them. Sometimes you can even just straight up reshare it, because you know what? It's not everyone who follows you that sees all your posts that go out. Some people just started following you. They haven't seen all of your content. So you can reshare your posts. You can add a fresh perspective. You can change it up a little. Just begin to get inspiration from your own posts. Right, I didn't expect myself to talk for this long, but it's like a crash course in social media. So yeah, that's it. And yes, do you have any questions?
Yes, so we have questions. I'm going to read them out now. And just for everyone on the call, most of your questions really are going to need some more detail. And so in as much as I know that the workshop is to end by 1:30, Bay and Habiba have gloriously agreed to wait after 1:30 to answer any more questions that you have, so that we don't want to rush through your questions. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that you get clarity and we can really go into details. So I'm looking at some of your questions and they look like we might need more time with you or just asking more questions. All right, so I'm going to go with the first one. Selena asks, for the social media platforms to use, my question is, would YouTube also be considered as a platform?
Um, YouTube more and more is beginning to be, you can call it social media, but it's beginning to be more like a search engine. When you think about how people use YouTube, they don't just go on, well, I don't just go on YouTube aimlessly. I decide that, oh, you know what, I want to, is either I want to search for something that I'm interested in learning, or I want someone I follow has posted a video and I think is interesting and I want to watch it. So the way YouTube would fit into your strategy is that you can have a video that is a long video, and then you pick bits and pieces of that and use that in your social media, whether it's just resharing 1 minute clip on Instagram telling people, you know, new video out, or it's just taking quotes of what you said, or just expanding on a certain thing that you said. So you can use it hand in hand. It's still grouped in a lot of places as social media, but also think of it as a search engine, because that would change even how you use it, because you won't just name a video, oh, just new business. You would name, you know, how to start a business, from how to start a t-shirt business with $100, because that's what someone is searching for. So you have to really be strategic, but it works with your overall social media strategy.
Okay. Next question by Alexia says, what impact does your personal brand have on your business? Can you realistically separate the two? So personal brand and business. I know this is a very heavy question as well, but just a few seconds. What do you think?
You just have to determine if you are a big part of your business, even if you position as a personal brand, if you're the one that is offering a lot of the services that people would be interacting with, it just makes sense that you infuse a little bit of yourself into it. So I feel like the impact it will have on your business is how involved are you. And I feel like most of our businesses now, it has a lot to do with us. We are, you know, we're the one doing the coaching, or you're the one offering the service, you know, or you're the one fulfilling the orders, you know, it just, so the impact your personal brand has is really about trust. Is really about trust. I think about separating the two is more like, can you separate your personal life from your business? Which, yes, you can. You know, the fact that you don't really have to show your kids, or, you know, all the behind the scenes of what's going on in your family. You can separate that and still show yourself. So I feel like it's more really about personal brands are, I think more and more we find that personal brands are really getting more popular. So it's really about separating your personal life from your business, which I feel like you can do. But you also still have to infuse that little bit about yourself. Even if you have a team, you know, there's still going to be team pictures. Oh, this is me and my team doing a meeting, or this is me and my team on our team getaway, our team retreat, those kind of things. I hope that answers your question.
All right, so let's know. The next question was, how can you strategically use LinkedIn for your business if you're a 9-to-5er?
Sorry, just a minute.
Or
all right, how can you strategically use LinkedIn if you're a 9-to-5? Well, you have to first of all think about your organization. Are they okay with you? I think I learned this from Bay, actually, from one of the sessions that she had, when she said she had to think about, you know, where she was working and whether it was against, you know, you would have a contract or whatever with your organization. They might tell you, oh, you cannot start a certain type of business. So it really depends on what you're doing. If it's something that it is clear that you are not doing this while you're in the office, you're not using office time, you're not using office resources, then you can use it. But you have to, it all depends on your company culture. If it's a company where, you know, someone will frown on it, like, oh, this person is doing this side gig, then you might want to separate and have a separate LinkedIn profile. Or if it's a company that encourages entrepreneurship and all that, then you know that you can do this, and they understand that you're not doing anything that competes with what the company does, and you're not using company resources. So it's all about your individual company culture and the rules that you have in place.
All right. Next question. I think you kind of answered is like, how much is Facebook ad monthly? And I think you said that really depends on what you're trying to do an advertisement on. So next question was Instagram or Facebook ad. I would like to invest in this. I think again, depends on what you're trying to advertise. Alexa says, do you have a sample email that you send to influencers to advertise, or do you present them an offer, or do you let them name their price?
Okay, if you would like to approach influencers, a lot of them have kind of a rate sheet that will tell you what they do. So I find that I've done this on behalf of clients, and it just really starts with, oh, hi, I'm this person, I'm a social media strategist trying to contact you on behalf of this brand, and they would like you to advertise some of their products. Can you please let me know how you work or what your rates are? So you have to go from a point of understanding that they're going to charge for it, not coming from, oh, I have just $10 to spend on this and I want you to do this for me. You know, it's just, you want to find out, and you talk to a bunch of people, you want to find out, oh, how much can I get for this? If you do an Insta story for me, how much is this? If you do a feed post for me, if you create a video, if I'm going to send you my product as a sample, it's sometimes you can find those influencers that would, when you gift them a product, right, they can do a review without expecting a monetary compensation. So you just have to, first of all, come from a place of, I'd like to work with you. Can you please let me know how to proceed and what your rates are? I feel like that's what the first email should say.
Okay, so we have more questions here. Just again, everyone, in case we don't answer your question in detail, please hang on with us. After we are done by 1:30, we're going to have more like one-on-one session to answer these questions because we are really running out of time. All right, so next one is scheduling apps that are free. I think we can answer that quickly. What are some scheduling apps that are free?
For Facebook and Instagram, Facebook Creator Studio, and they really want people to use that right now. So just jump on it. It's really great. You know, I used to pay for Hootsuite, but I don't use it anymore. So Facebook Creator Studio, just go, and it's really straightforward to use. It's great to use. For a lot of the other ones, like Later, I think you can use one Instagram account for free. Some of them give you that, but if it's for Instagram, just go with Facebook Creator Studio. It's from Facebook, and the integration and everything, it just works. It just really works.
Yeah,
and I think Hootsuite allows you. Sorry, Hootsuite, maybe for Twitter, you can start off, if you're using it just for Twitter, you can start off with the free accounts for one social media network.
Yeah, and if you don't have Facebook and probably want to just do Instagram, can use Planoly. They have a free version as well to schedule your posts. All right, another question. Can you give an example of repurposing an old post? You talked about YouTube, taking a clip, putting it on Instagram. What are the strategies for repurposing an old post?
Okay, so let's say you have posts that did really well, you gave a time management tip, right? You can also then create a video or Instagram reel. Now that Instagram reels are hot, you can look at your old post and say, oh, this did really well. And now that there's Instagram reels, can I take this and convert it into, record something really quickly in 15 seconds or 30 seconds and use it as a reel? Sometimes you can just post the same thing again, you just post the same thing again. People have forgotten, honestly. And if you feel like your content is really great, someone that is just landing on your page, they will not scroll down and down all the way to view all your 180 posts, and you have something that is the first post that was really great. You can just put it at the top again. And I was going to say something, but it ran out. I just can't think about it. So it's just really about taking what you already have, and you can convert it into a video. An Instagram post that has done really well, create a YouTube video. Some people prefer to have their to watch their content rather than reading it. Oh yes, and I wanted to say, if you have something that did really well in the past, you know, and you had a long caption, take the caption and put it on a carousel. So then it was a single post before, or even if you had a photograph, you can just you can crop certain parts of that picture, because I used to manage, because I started out as a social media manager. So I used to manage a lot of accounts, and it's not like they had a lot of pictures, but we had to post from time to time, put pictures of their products. So it's just getting creative. You probably just crop, if it was a photo with 3 items and you can find a way to crop 2 out, you just put it in. So you just have to just get creative, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know we still have some questions, but we're out of time. So let me know in the comment section if yes, you're going to wait after 1:30 so that we can answer your questions. Because I don't want us to rush through these questions, because to me, they're really important, especially if they're going to help you. Let me know in the comment section. Just say yes, I will wait after 1:30. Let me know, say yes, 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 while I share my screen. Say yes, yes, yes. Let me know. Nobody's saying yes. Great, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. All right, cool. So this has been amazing. Can we just virtual claps to Bay, to Habiba, because they will definitely drop in a lot of knowledge. Don't forget to do a video or put a post somewhere and tag us. Let us know what you've been feeling so far. My session, I'm going to really cut it short, is just about mindset mastery. Mindset mastery. If you know me, I love to talk about mindset, purpose, and all that. So that's what I'm talking about today. And we're going to just start with affirmations. So I think it's important. I think the mindset is definitely the foundation. With everything we're learning today is really going to fall on what our mind looks like, how our mind is, and how we've primed our mind. And so just take a deep breath. You've heard so much, we've listened to so much, we're asking questions, etc. And just out of what you see on my slide, just pick one and just say to yourself, either you want to say, I have enough to start. You want to say, I'm extraordinary, I'm capable, there is nothing that if I commit to, I cannot accomplish. I'm thriving in possibilities and excellence. My purpose is waiting for me to show up, and I will not disappoint. One of these should definitely apply to you. And the reason why affirmations are important, because when we say we believe it, and by the time we say more, what happens? Our actions begin to line up with what we're saying, and then we'll begin to see results. And I have a question for you, because if everything we have right now gets stripped away, what would you have left? Yes, we're women doing it afraid, we're career women, we're business women, we're students, we want more, etc. If everything gets stripped away, what we have, your mind, because your mind is the true essence of who you are. And so we are not, like, who you are as a woman is not because of what you have. The reason why you have things is because of who you are. And I know it's kind of like almost like a tongue twist, right? You can have a business because of who you are. Your business exists because of you. You don't exist because of your business. So that just talks about just how powerful the mind is. So you are not because of all these things, but all these things are because of you. And so if we want sustainability, if we want things to scale, if we want to build a legacy, if we want to build generational wealth, they can't be built on a foundation that is not secure. They can't be built on a foundation that is still in comparison mode. They can't be built on a foundation that is just bound with fear and doubt. And this is why mindset mastery is not negotiable. We can't negotiate with mindset mastery. And the thing about the mind is we keep learning, we keep improving, we keep making changes. So everything that we're learning today can only become results if we believe in them. And so if we don't believe in them, we won't commit to them. And if we don't commit to them, there will be no results. It's simple maths again. We don't believe, we can't commit. If we don't commit, then there are no results. And it's one thing that we know as career women or students who want a side hustle is we need patience. We don't have all the time that probably full-time entrepreneurs have. So we have our time. Our time is literally cut in half. And so we have more work to do, which is being patient in our work, being patient in sowing that seed, being patient in our commitment, being patient in our consistency. And so if there's anyone who truly understands discipline, it's truly the career woman who is trying to build a business at the same time as having a 9-to-5. So you're disciplined. And so we talk about what is a winning mindset. A winning mindset is a mind that is willing to do whatever it takes and is necessary to achieve the definition of success it has defined for itself. What is your definition of success? You don't have to answer it in the chat, but just make a note of it. What is my definition of success? For this business to be successful, like Bay said, people have side hustles, we have side hustles for different reasons. But what is our definition of success? Are we just winging this thing? Are we just trying to let $10 come, $100, $1,000, $20,000, you know? What is our definition of success? What does it look like for us? For our empowerment group, what does it look like? For my catering business, what does it look like? For my interior decoration business, what does it look like? For my hair business, what does success look like for me in that business, right? And so be realistic with your expectation, but be futuristic with your plans. And I'm going to say that again. Be very realistic with your expectations. Because most of the time, we don't even set up ourselves for success because we've turned our vision into a goal. So this massive vision has become a goal. And so how do you, first of all, the time is halved. We're trying to figure things out. We're trying to reach out to people. We have, you know, bosses calling for attention, etc. And then we think this business is not for us. No, we have not even set up ourselves for success. We haven't set up that goal for success. We are not realistic with our expectation. And this is not about operating from a place of scarce mentality. No, it's about setting up ourselves for success by being realistic with our expectation. So, first of all, what does success look like to you? And then are you even realistic with your expectation? Are you, because, you know, we talk about someone opens an Instagram account and then in 2 days they have 10,000 followers. And then you think, oh my goodness, they're ahead of me. They just started. I've been doing this for like 3 months. How come I don't have this? Be realistic with your expectation. And so I'm going to talk about what are the 4 steps to develop a winning mindset. What are the 4 steps to develop a winning mindset? Number 1, as women, let us stop living by condition and start living by intention. Stop living by condition and start living by intention. Yes, we might not have all the time in the world, but what can I give up? Yes, I don't have a staff right now, but what can I do with the time or with the people that I have, or my siblings or my spouse, you know? What can I sacrifice so that I can live intentionally to go towards that goal that I already have in place, or to go towards that success, to go towards that win that I've set for myself? Because the thing about conditional living is we begin to doubt ourselves and we begin to look down at the successes of other people, but we don't know what they've done intentionally. So for you now, you are here intentionally because you want to build your business. The condition would have been, oh, you know what, it's my weekend. I've worked Monday to Friday. I need to rest. And yes, rest is valuable, but you're intentional because you have a goal. And so to know the difference between condition and intention is to truly understand who you truly are. And that is where self-honesty comes into play. This is where self-honesty comes into play. And so what can you do intentionally now? What are the things you know that you need to do? You know, most of the time I feel like we know the things we ought to do, but we don't do them. And so condition suppresses our intention. I know that I have to wake up earlier to go work out, because if I don't work out, I'm grumpy in the morning, my day is messed up. I know that I need to write out my to-do list the night before, because if I don't do that the morning, my kids are going to barge in, everybody's going to call for my attention. So I end up my day not doing anything, and I begin to feel like a failure, right? Or I know that I don't have time to work on my business. What about the 1 hour lunch time? You know, my employer is paying for 1 hour lunch time. Why can't I use that? Why do I have to sit on my computer and keep working? You know, things like that. Or I know that, you know, I can close my work early, or use my weekends earlier, or say no to that party, or say no to that cloth I need to buy so that I can use that money to pay for a coach or be part of an accountability group. I can know that, you know what, no need to go through Instagram, scrolling, and then I'm overwhelmed, I'm bored, I'm like, oh my goodness, everybody's doing way more than me. What is my calling, oh Lord? What is my purpose? Like, that is condition. So we're feeding our mind with conditions. We're feeding our mind with things that are not even helping us. Intention, so what is your intention? I need to be better. I need to step up. I need to stop this. If you don't stop it, there will be no results. Now, the second step to having a winning mindset is surrounding yourself with people who would feed your strength and then strengthen the areas in which you're weak. Those who will feed your strength and strengthen the areas which you're weak. You know, you don't want people who would talk down to your ideas, oh, because they know you from way back. So You want to do what now? My makeup, you want to decorate my house. Okay, but I've never said, you know, sometimes familiarity it can be an issue sometimes, right? And so you need to be like, I'm trying to step out. So you can't keep doing the same thing to get different results. So what are the people that are on the same journey that I am in? What are the people that are going, that have the same mindset, that want more, that want to read books, that want to learn more, that want to build legacies, that want to build successful businesses? Where can I find them? Because sometimes you might not find them with the people that be where you're coming from, right? And so in the areas that you're weak, who can strengthen me? Who can I get as a coach? Where can I get a course? What events can I go to? Who can I speak to? Who can be in my corner? Who can be my accountability partner or my group? So you need to surround yourself with people. So begin to make a mental note. Who are the people that actually feed my strength? Who are the people that when I'm feeling down, they will speak to me and bring out that fire and passion in me and want me to keep going? And where are the areas at which I'm weak, that I need help, right? You can name the areas and figure out, okay, who can help me in these areas? Do I have the time to schedule? Maybe not. Okay, so do I need to hire a VA? Maybe. Do I have time to start creating cool posts? Maybe not. Okay, so what do I need to do? Do I need to go get a course? Do I need to ask somebody? Do I need to reach out to people that I know? You know, so you need to figure out who are these people for you, because this is how you build a winning mindset. Number 3, it is not about what you have, but how you use it. It's not about what you have, but how you use it. Or it's also not about what you do not have, but also how you use what you have. So you might say, for example, going back into biblical, stories about the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, right? They said, we don't have enough to feed these people. But then Jesus said, start from what you have. Start from what you have. I remember I saw a picture on Instagram one time about just a beautiful picture about a model. She had like this white cloth around and everything. If you saw the behind the scenes, you would not believe it. It was literally like in a construction yard, and someone literally put a white cloth, and the photographer was inside the white cloth, really close to the lady, took picture. They were holding like foil paper, and I'm like, this led to that mindset. Sometimes we're like, we want more, we want more, we want more. We don't want more because with what we have, we haven't even used it. So we've saved a lot of posts. We've saved a lot of people's stuff for inspiration. We've done a lot of things. We're taking notes, but what are you doing with it? Right? So even at the end of this workshop, what are you going to do with the knowledge that you have? Even if you know a lot of free apps to help you schedule your post, are you going to schedule the post? So what do you have right now? You have a phone. Oh my goodness, you have a phone, which means you have access to the whole world. You have a phone, you have access to Google, right? You have access to camera. You have access to video. You can go on video. You can do I'm going to the market now and I'm buying things for a client. This is where I buy my stuff, my tomatoes, my peppers, these peppers are best for you because they have XYZ nutrients, things like that. Like it doesn't have to be so extraordinary. You could literally start from what you have right now, before and after pictures, right? Oh, this is me cooking, and this is presented to the client. This is a client review. I love what I do. Why did I get into this business? Just literally starting with what you have. So forget about what you don't have. What do you have for your business right now as a 9-to-5 or who has a side business or thinking about having a side business? What do you have? Do you have the products? Do you have the gift? Do you have the talent? Do you have the hand? Do you have people you can reach out to? Do you have WhatsApp? Do you have Instagram? Do you know people? Do you have a phone? Can you take pictures? Can you do videos? You have way, way, way more than enough. You have way more than enough going for you. So no excuses here. Let me know if this is speaking to you in the comment. Let me know. If you feel like, if you know you have enough, let me know in the comment section. That yes, I have enough. Yes, I have enough. Yes, I have enough. No more excuses. Yes, I have enough. And if you still feel like there's something that you're still missing, let me know in the comment section that, oh no, I don't think I have enough. I think I need this. Let me know in the comment section. But yes, I have enough. No more excuses. Number 4, last but not the least, watch your thoughts. Thoughts cleansing. It's time for us to begin to disempower thoughts that do not serve us. That's why I went back to what my affirmations. I'm enough. I'm a magnet to success. I'm a magnet to prosperity. Money likes me. Abundance loves me. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm calling for clients. Any thought that doesn't fall in line with that at all, it's time for us to begin to disempower them. Anytime that doesn't, any thought that is way out of, no, not me, not today, I'm up and I'm going. And you might wonder, so how do I overcome such thoughts? Those thoughts get louder when you don't say anything back to it. So I always say that, so speak back, just speak back to it. Get going, get busy. Get going, get busy, and speak back to it. Speak the opposite of exactly what that thought, that negative thought is, because they will arise. Oh my goodness, imposter syndrome. Let me tell you, it's those that are not doing anything that have no issue with imposter syndrome. It is those that are very comfortable, that are not about to step out of their comfort zone, that have no issue with fear. Because what fear is trying to tell you is, are you about to step out? I think you're probably safer just doing this. Don't try to do this because you might fail, you might be disappointed. But yet, let's go for that. Let's try to be disappointed. Let me know how that feels, because in doing that, I know better. I know who my clients are. I have clarity. I have better offers. I refine my message. I refine my voice, etc. So let's go for it. So those thoughts would arise because it knows that you're about to step out. You're about to be more. And who doesn't want to be more? You want to be more. I want to be more. I want to leave a legacy on this earth. I'm multi-talented, and every gift is going to bear fruit. It's going to bear fruit and have more gifts and have more gifts and have more and more. And so that is what I'm called to do. And nothing is going to try to stop me from doing that. And so any thought that doesn't serve you in that line, it's time for it to go, basically. All right. So what is your win? What does my win look like? I think I asked that question earlier about, what does success look like to you? So what is your win? What does my win look like? And I like this question as well, because what this does is, when you say my win looks like, it's my win is, I'm going to be, my book is going to be in the shelves of, global, companies, or the hands of everybody in the whole wide world. What that does is that you're looking into the future, right? And so you're taking yourself away from the conditions that you are in right now. Because if we truly do not know what it looks like, we cannot project our thoughts towards it. And so our condition keeps trying to pull us down. But we're living by intention. We're looking into the future. And what we cannot envision, what that future looks like, it will be hard for us to say, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. Or, for example, maybe I want to build, every year I want to have a sold out event. I see myself speaking on global stages. I have, just A-class, speakers, workshops, people coming in, traveling in from all over the world. What I'm doing now, does it line up to where I see myself going to, right? Looking just into the future just gives you that possibility mindset, and it helps you break out of conditioned thoughts that try to suppress that possibility thoughts or possibility mindset. And our mind is always in that constant battle of trying to fight between who we want to become, who we are, and our past is trying to remind us of where we are coming from, right? And so you see what is always going on in the mind. And that's why, we can't play with mindset mastery. And that is, where you're going. You have to have a vision of where you want to go to, right? So that where you are right now, your steps and your actions and your habits and the people you are surrounding yourself with, you would know their intentional. Are they in line with where I'm going? And even when the past is trying to remind you of, I don't think you can do this. Remember where you came from. Remember who you were, the mistakes you've made. Where you are right now, you'll be like, no, I was once there, but I'm not there again. I have an idea of where I'm going. So we always have to know what our win looks like. We always have to know what our win looks like, right? And so all in all, I'm just trying to say here is mindset mastery is not negotiable. As you're implementing the steps that Bay has given and as you implement the steps that Habiba has given, using social media, putting strategies for your business, always know that your mind might try to play tricks with you and remind you of things, of issues, or try to, overcome or just overwhelm you with fear. Just remember what your win looks like. Remember where you're going, and you have no excuse. Forget about what you think you don't have. What do you have right now in your hands, and how can you use it? And that is the end of my session, Mindset Mastery. Does anybody have any question for me? Any question for me? No? Okay. So we are about 1:19.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so now my question is, like, I'm sure it was probably like a journey for you to be able to know how to have this mastery over your mind. Do you understand? Because I've just come to realize that there are some times that it's even the people around you that will try to bring you down, and then the people that you expect to encourage you are the ones that would not even encourage you, and maybe like sometimes might even like look at you and be like, she's overbearing, who does she think she is? And also I want to ask that, how was it able for you to get to this stage where no matter what anybody says or no matter what life kind of throws at you, you just have everything, like you're able to just ensure that you speak positively to yourself, you say your affirmations all the time, and even if something negative is trying to happen, you're just still positive each step of the way?
I took my validation back from people and I put it within myself. I took the responsibility out of people and I put it within myself. And in saying this, you know, everybody's a work in progress, right? I wouldn't say when people say things, it doesn't hurt me or it doesn't rub me a certain way. No, no, no. But what I'm trying to say is most of the time when we have ideas, we tell so many people because we want their yes to be our yes. We're trying to see how do they feel, because how they feel will determine how we feel. If they don't like me, then I'm not good enough. If they don't like my business, then my business is not good enough. I took all that power back because at the end of the day, when I go to bed, it will be me, myself, and I. At the end of the day, when I'm asked to give account for what I have done, they're not going to ask other people. They're going to ask me. And so I don't want to show up saying because he said, because she said, because they felt, because she felt. No, what did you do with the gifts that you have? So I think for me, it's just understanding that I'm responsible for what happens to me in life. I'm responsible for the actions that I exhibit. I'm responsible for the outcomes. By the grace of God, yes, but I'm fully responsible. So no one should make me feel insecure without my consent. No one should take away my power without my consent. No, no. They can only do that because I gave them the power. So I took that power back. And so for you, and I know it's usually the people that are really familiar with that really do this, you know. And so if it's time for us to start changing environment or changing connections or changing relationships or reducing that because we want to protect your mind and protect your sanity, then do it. After a while, guess what? They won't be able to be around you anymore because you are speaking on that language and they're speaking on that language. They'll be like, no, she doesn't understand us. She has moved. She's acting weird. That's fine. Let me act weird. They always say, so I think I saw a quote that said, people don't understand anymore because your spirit is irritating their demons. Right? So yeah, let them not understand you. You're on your own journey. And so again, back to my slide, what is your win? Do you get what I mean? What is your win? What does your future, what do you want your future to look like? What do you want tomorrow to look like for you? Because those people, they will change conversation, they will change news. Now the news change, people just change topic. That is fine, but you're your own journey. And that is really important, you know, so take back the power. Take back the power. Day by, just one step at a time. It won't happen immediately, but just one step at a time. If someone is acting weird, yeah, just begin to reduce communication, do what you need to do, work on your mind, listen to something, empower yourself. Step by step, it all adds up, okay?
Thank you.
I do agree on taking back the validation because you have to go back to your why, like we talked about earlier. When you understand and you know your why, that's your power automatically. So it doesn't matter what, you know, people are going to talk regardless, whether you're doing something positive, whether you make a mistake, people are always going to have something to say. So when you always go back to your why of what you're doing, of why you're doing what you're doing, that's all that matters. They can keep talking.
That's right. All right, so I see that. Any more questions for me before I share? Let me go back to share my slide.
I just wanted to piggyback off what Mimi said. So she for real, another strategy that I think worked for me was talking to Stella. Like I called her up, and you know, people will tell me, you're doing so many things, why are you doing this, why are you doing that, you know, and all that. But you know, she spoke to me, she said, see, you have the power to do it. So she spoke to me, and that kind of thing kind of encouraged me. I've not spoken to her more than once, but every time that thing happens or people say something, I keep remembering everything that she said. See, you can do it, you've got this. Just program yourself and make sure that you can do everything, but just be strategic about it. Just like today now, she has said a lot of things. If you can, keep in mind everything, write it down, and make sure that you keep remembering everything. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Stella. All right. Any more questions for us? So what I'm going to do is we are coming towards the end of the session. I know most people agree to wait after so that we can answer your question, your specific business question or mindset question. I'm going to put again the link of our virtual photo booths. I'm seeing some pictures there and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So open it on your phone and take a picture, do a boomerang, something, and upload it on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever you are at, and tag me. I would love to see that as well. That just, just to get the hype going. Another thing I would also love to do is I love to get feedback from everyone to see, how can we serve you better? How can we make this better for you? And so I'm going to put a link to a poll that we have. So you can just, fill in the review. How can we make this better for you? How can we, I love the pictures I've seen on the Get Your Boat, by the way, ladies. Shali's doing her hair, nice. Okay, let me see. So just take a moment to do that, please. Yeah. And also all the slides are going to be shared with everyone at the end of the workshop within 24 hours. So also expect that too. And I'm going to be sharing our Facebook review section. So I just want to see your feedback, your reviews. Please put your reviews on there. Let me know what this experience has been for you. I want to read from you directly. Has it been exciting? Has it been enlightening? Have you learned something, and who did you learn it from, and all that, so that we just know how we can also again serve you better. And if you look at the Facebook, the photo booths, we have our merchandise, and for everyone on this call, you do have you have 25% off. You get interested in buying our merchandise. So all that information will be coming through right now. Okie dokie. Yeah, so Katra, you're going to get the link. I know you joined a little bit late, but you're going to get the link for sure. All right, so this is our link to the review, the survey rather, the survey. If you can take a moment to fill that, that would be great. Thank you very much. Just a survey, what was the experience like? Who's your best session? What can we do better to serve you? What other topics would you love for us to cover next time? Please take a moment to just fill that survey while I try to get you the review. All right, so who would love to probably be in the spotlight and tell us their key takeaways from this event? Just 2 people. Key takeaways. I feel like Mimi's on the spotlight already. So
my key takeaway from this is I definitely loved some of the tips that Bay talked about with the SMART acronym. So I'll definitely be utilizing that. So thank you for that. And I actually just went ahead and downloaded I think the Facebook Creator Studio that we were just suggested. Because prior to today, I never heard of that, because I've been utilizing Planoly. So it's good to know there's another option. And I'm loving how the UI looks already. So that'll be exciting to kind of play around with that. So thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Nimi, for sharing. Who else wants to give us another key takeaway from today?
I'll share.
Okay.
So one of the key takeaways that I got was just being reminded of how you can just, again, like I said in the chat earlier, just how courage and fear and things like that can coexist. But again, it's just choosing your mindset and which one that you give more power to. And also just being reminded to just start with what I have. I did an exercise like while I was in school still, just of like all the resources and stuff that I had available to me at that time and what it was that I was trying to do and how I could make use of them, even though like I didn't have a car at the time, or I didn't have, I mean, I was a college student, so I didn't have much money. But just like making a list of like those free resources and how I can take advantage of things. So it's just like being reminded of how God pretty much gives you everything you need to start and meets you right where you are. So it's okay to just start.
That's right. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, one last person who wants to share that key takeaway.
Okay, well, I think for me, because I just have this page by the side, it's called Young Ladies with Vision. And then I just used to, once in a while, I just go there to like just post my thoughts, or like just post like any encouraging word. And when I decided to have that page, I kind of wanted to share my doctoral journey, because I call it a journey, like, and for me, it was just like a page to kind of encourage like young women, to just like tell them you can achieve whatever you set your mind on and everything. But after a while, I just kind of forgot about the page. And then thanks to Unika from Josh Connect, like I was opportune to like have this opportunity to come here. So for me, I said I just wanted to like kind of find a way or kind of learn what I could probably use to go back and spend more time on the page, maybe like schedule my posts, learn about different apps, and just like keep sharing my story, because I'm sure there's no way it's going to encourage one or two women, especially from Nigeria where I'm from. So I'm just grateful and thankful for this opportunity, because like coming here, I've been able to learn about like different types of app, how I can even schedule my posts, even with being so busy, how I can use Canvas and other things. And then I kind of like got an idea as to what I could probably do with the page. Hopefully get to interview more women who are also like on the journey, ask them what was their vision, how were they able to kind of like get to this point in life. So that's like the whole idea I have right now. And I'm just hoping that with all that I've learned today, I'll be able to go back and implement it into the page that I've started.
Awesome. My pleasure. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget that you can wait behind. I'm putting the Facebook review link on the chat, and also the Google Doc link for survey. Please, we want to know how we can serve you better, and your input, your information, everything will be so important to us. And also, we have a tradition for those who've come to our event on site. We usually get a picture taken, and I know this is virtual, so we just have to make it work somehow. We have to take a picture virtually with everybody's face, yes. So better get your video on, your lipstick on. Nice to see you, Tokes. Catcher, praise God, let's know. I'm gonna probably try to do this. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna make this work somehow. And so I think you can unmute and you say, you can say, who can come up with something we can say? We just say, I'm a woman doing it afraid, or I'm capable, I'm more than enough, I'm attracted, or money is attracted to me. Which one? What is it? First person.
I'm extraordinary.
I'm extraordinary. I am extraordinary. We're good with I'm extraordinary. All right, let's see how we can make this work to say. All right, so when I say 1, 2, 3, we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm extraordinary.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all, ladies. So the floor is open now for questions. Please don't be in a hurry to go. I'm going to share just how you can really connect with myself or with Bay and with Habiba as well. We do have reminders. So these are, if you have any question regarding business, career, mental, mindset, whatever that might be, send an email to us. If you're uploading pictures on Instagram or social media, whatever, please use this hashtag so that I can track it, we can track it, we can follow. And we also have 25% off our merchandise store. And I think I'm supposed to put a link in the chat. I will do that. Don't forget virtual picture experience. Take a picture with our link. The link is in the chat as well. Take a picture. And I also love reviews. You already know that video reviews, written reviews, whatever that is, just you can do that and send it to this email, a video review. If you're following us on Instagram, you can do a video review and just send us a DM with a video. Let us know, 60 seconds or less. how this workshop has been for you. What have you learned? Just like, you know, the takeaways that have been given today. It will really mean so much to us. And so this is a link for our facilitators. So Digital Lucy, Entrepreneurs Nook, that's our Instagram, that's our Facebook page. We have a Facebook group called Women Doing It Afraid. It's on Facebook group, and we're looking to do exciting things next year on that group as well. So like the accountability group is one thing to have ideas, another thing to really hold yourself accountable. And you know, we thrive in community, we thrive in union. So let somebody hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do. So join us. Don't be alone. I just want to thank everyone. Before we go to questions, I just want to thank everyone, our workshop facilitators, the attendees, Link Empower for bringing her people, you know, Jazz Connect, you know, Bay, Habiba, every amazing lady on this call who invested time, invested resources, you know, and just made this really interactive, even if it's virtual. I thank you so much for being here. And let me tell you, your success is my success. Your success is my success. Your success is my success. The people that hang around me know this. I will hold you accountable. You know, I will ask you.
Yeah,
let me know. I will hold you accountable. I will hold you responsible. I'll be like, what's going on? Like I have people on the call right now who can absolutely attest to that. I don't care when you started. I don't care if you started yesterday or last night. Where's the flyer? Where's the link? Where's this? What is, you know, and all that. And that's what you get by being a member of our community. So not just follow us on Instagram, but, you know, sign up to our mailing list, www.womendoitafraid.com, because in that way, you get insight as to everything that we're doing. And if tomorrow Instagram goes away or Facebook goes away, there's still a way for us to still stay in connect, you know. And next year, I'm really looking for really building this community more of empowered women doing it afraid in business and in career. And so, yeah, that's my spiel. Basically, that is my spiel. Let's just go on the chat. Yes. So if you want to join Link Empower's business conference next year as well, January, that is the link to their website. You can get yourself a ticket. All right, so let me know.
You didn't tell them the best part. You're also
the best part is I am actually a facilitator. I'm a facilitator for next year's Link Empower Business Edition. Yay! So I'm looking forward to that as well. Thank you so much, Bay. Thank you. All right, so who agrees that we need community, we need accountability, and we need support? Who agrees? Let me know in the comments. Who agrees? Yes. All right, questions. So officially we are done for today. And so if you want to drop off, you can absolutely drop off. But please don't forget the reminders, reviews. Don't forget the joining us on our Facebook group, sign up to our mailing list. Don't forget all of that. It's really important so that we can stay in touch. But I want to also take this time to answer any questions that people have. And so there are some questions that I had to overlook because of the time that we had. And so we're going to go straight up to that. And while I'm doing that, if you want to ask your questions up front, please, the floor is open, ask questions. You have all the 3 panelists here and they are your service. I promise you guys this, one-on-one coaching, right? You don't get this anywhere. So please maximize and use us right now for your benefit, basically. So the floor is open. Anybody have any questions?
I asked a question earlier to you.
I'm trying to open that up.
Yeah, and it was basically asking if there was a cheat sheet or something like a template that you could use for your post. And this is one thing that happens to me. I don't know if it happens to anybody. If anybody asks me to kind of do a post for them, I'm eager to do it. I do it very quickly, as in it's always flowing. But when it comes to my own post, I'll be shocked. I'll just be standing there staring at the screen for a long time. So I know Stella told me to try and, you know, pretend like I'm doing it for somebody else, and it has worked. But I'm also looking for organic ways to do it that it won't just be like the other day, a friend of mine was like, oh, how do you do this? How do you edit picture? I'm like, oh, you know what? Jump on a Zoom call. And I said, I need to, anyway, post on my Instagram. So I started showing her And I'm like, I showed her, and at the end, I'm like, see, and I'm going to go post it right away. And that's how I got a post. It wasn't like I was just doing it for free. I also got something out of it. So I'm just asking, is there a way, a template, a cheat sheet, or something like that? So you won't always have that brain freeze and all that. Thank you.
So I guess the question, Habiba can answer. I can start, and the first thing I would say is you need to find what your content pillars are. So when you have that brain freeze, either because you feel like you don't have ideas or you have too much ideas and you don't know what to pick from. So the first thing is, what are the pillars of your Instagram page? So for example, let me know, it's the hair or the makeup, both of them. All right, so what do you want to post about? Do you want to post about how-tos, where to find things, picture of people that you've done things, when you have those content pillars, it will be easier for you to say, okay, so what is my target audience? What are they struggling with right now? How to maintain their natural hair, or how to maintain their hair in winter, or what products to buy, what products not to buy, before and after, how to take care of your hair with a budget. That is, the target audience maybe is a student, right?
Sorry, I'm looking at her page right now, and I just have a quick feedback. Your page is private. Is there a reason why your page is private?
That's my personal page.
Okay. So, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, let me go see what
going on.
And that was the first thing that jumped out. Like, okay, well, I can't really.
Did you find me?
I think you followed me from Kemi Miss M1, right? MS1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first thing,
makeup artist.
Yeah.
But I can't see your
what
work.
it looks like. Okay.
Yeah.
I have 2 accounts. I put but let me make it. I can make this.
Because if you want, like for example, I know I have a business page and I have a personal page. Both of my pages they're both open, obviously, because I want people to, even if they come to my personal page, I also want them to go to my business page also, either way.
Yeah, there's a Nigerian factor to that I can't explain. Like 2 days ago, someone came on my page and started begging people for money.
Oh wow!
I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about content, right? So first, the content pillars. What are the things you need to set as a foundation to build content topics from? But let me open the floor. Habiba, go on.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. You have your content pillars, and if you feel like you have a brain freeze constantly with regards to your own content, possibly think about what people ask you most of the time, the things that they keep coming to you for, and find how you can create from that. Or you can just even use like Instagram polls or question stickers to ask people what they need help with. Or if there's some people that you are close to and they fit into your target audience, you can ask them, oh, with regards to this thing that I do, what do you struggle with? So that it gives you ideas on what you can create with. And it also helps sometimes to just have like a notepad or notebook of your ideas whenever these ideas do come, because sometimes when you are putting yourself on the spot you want to post it today and you're thinking today about what you're going to post, it just kind of just goes away. So if you just constantly, every time you get an idea, you just put it down, and then you can one time sit down and then develop on that thing and then create your content from there. That would help. So just having a bank of your content ideas so that you can always come back to that list to choose from and create.
Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, anyone else have any questions?
Pedro had a question, but it was coming to me privately. Okay. Let me. She's asking, how can I research useful hashtags on Instagram for food business, and how do you figure out your target audience and their current needs?
Okay.
Yes. So for like your hashtag research, the first place to start is on Instagram itself. So you can look at other I think yeah, you got food business. You can look at other food. You definitely have food businesses that you follow. So it's a tedious and long process, but you're going to just start clicking on each one and then you start seeing the posts that are under there. You want to click on each hashtag so that you know how many posts are under that hashtag. I don't know the size of your account, but if you have, let's say you have 1K to 3K followers, you know that if you are using a hashtag that has 1 million followers, there's no likelihood that that 1 million posts, the likelihood of you getting to rank at the top of that hashtag is very, very minute, not even low. It's like a minute probability. So once you're going to tap on each hashtag, you look at how many. So you now want to think of, depending on the size of your account, you're going to select your hashtags. Okay, she says she has 162 followers. So you really need to choose hashtags that have less traffic, kind of, that are more niche. And you just know that all of your visibility is not just going to come from hashtags since you are very new. Because most of the time you find that it's the bigger accounts that can really rank on top of those hashtags. So you won't but you have to research your hashtags to make sure that you are using the right one. So you can aim to get like three sets of hashtags: your large hashtags, your medium-sized hashtags, and then your smaller size hashtags. And then you can pick, Instagram allows you 30 hashtags. So you pick, let's say maybe 5 from the large ones, just put it in there. You can get some traction from that. Put 15 from the medium, and then maybe 12 from the medium, and then maybe 15 from the lower hashtag, so that you still have room for your own branded hashtag. And for your hashtag, you want to also make sure that depending on your location where you are, it's not just about, food. You want hashtags that are related to food, yes, but you also want hashtags that are related to your target audience. Are you a catering service is it just for events in Atlanta? Or is it just for events in Lagos? You want to use those hashtags. Event vendors, you want to incorporate those kind of things that people would use to describe you or how your target audience describe themselves. If you cater to Nigerian weddings, you look at the hashtags that come on, you look at the hashtag Nigerian weddings, see the related hashtags. I think there's been some changes with hashtags, especially with you guys in the US because of the elections. But sometimes you will find that Instagram will also give you a list of related hashtags that you can then go on to look at. So it's just the case of taking your time to click on each hashtag and then seeing which ones that you can choose from. Another tip to get ideas for hashtags: once you select a particular hashtag, you might just look at the top post on that particular hashtag. Look at the top post, sorry, you won't see it because of the glare, but just look at the top post and then see what hashtags they're also using. That will give you ideas of hashtags, and then the process continues. You just click through the hashtag, find out how many, and then the best thing to use is a spreadsheet. Just have a spreadsheet. You have, okay, hashtags with 500K posts, 500K to 200K posts, hashtags with less than 100K posts, hashtags with less than 1K posts, so that you can mix and match this post, the hashtags on your posts.
Yeah, and I think I was going to add to that. I'll just ask, also what's the intention behind the hashtag? Is it to maybe increase visibility or to get sales, etc. Because, for example, if it's maybe to increase sales, my suggestion might just really be to leverage those that are already your customers, tell someone you get 5% off, something like that, tell more people you get something off on your birthday, or, because that, when it comes to catering, most people always tend to go to what they're familiar with, and so you're trying to break into an industry where I want someone to just try my stuff, and they get used to me, or they like my service. So what's that your unique selling point, where as soon as they become your customer, they have no choice but to keep coming to you, even if they're like 1 million other people doing stuff out there, right? So I'll probably just say leverage the current customer base that you have. And maybe activity on social media should really be not just about picture of food, you know, yeah, I'm hungry, I see the food, okay, great. But what next? How can I reach out to you? If I go to your bio, can I see something that will show me your prices? You know, do I have to send a DM? Is there a WhatsApp link that is directly, I click on it and it takes me straight up to your WhatsApp, and I can ask you more questions, you know? And so it's almost like, what's the whole process like, you know? How do you make your food inviting? How do they trust you? You know, how do you stand out on Instagram? And then the hashtag, like I said, is also really important, especially if it's a new and growing brand. So like maybe hashtag caterers in Suwannee, hashtag caterers in Lawrenceville, caterers in you know, in your own vicinity, not necessarily caterers in Georgia. You know, so something really specific to where you're at, you know, Nigerian food in this area, you know, and things like that. And then when it comes to your page, is also able to hook them on, you know, and then list the sales. So that would probably be my
yeah, so she says sales and visibility. I don't know, Pedro, can you give us your Instagram profile?
Oh, you
I don't know why it keeps coming to you on private. I don't know. I've tried to.
I think you need to change it.
Okay,
where
my handle.
Yeah, I think only 6 people left their hand.
Okay, put on your handle. Put your handle on the chat, so that we can all follow as well. And please don't forget about the surveys and the Facebook review. All right, let me see. Any more questions?
Okay, let me post her handle so that we can all just give some feedback. Sorry, it's dinner time here, so it's a bit crazy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
All right, do we have questions? What about everybody should review pages, Instagram handle and give feedback. I think that would be awesome. And while you're giving feedback, please don't forget to slide into our DM and place an order. Don't forget to slide into our DM and place an order if you're in Atlanta while you're giving feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, so.
All right.
All right, so for what I think, like in terms of like sales, you know, like Stella said, leveraging your existing customers and really a lot of word of mouth when you're starting out and you're new, you know, a lot of, you know, word of mouth. And when people have done business with you, they've tasted your food, get them to give you reviews that you can share on your profile. And you can also work on, like I think it's been said before, just work on other things that, you know, apart from just pictures of food, can just work on other things, mixing in other content, whether it's just a tip about food preparation or asking what's your favorite food. There's one really common one, like what's the one food that everyone likes that you will never eat, you know, just kind of things that will get people to post. And you might want to look at complementary, you know, especially like for you in this catering, maybe someone that does drinks for parties that you can, if you know anyone in person or you can get an introduction, someone that, you know, they do someone that does drinks at any event where there will be drinks, there'll be food, right? So you want to develop this kind of relationship, those kind of collaborations, because some years ago I used to work with some people that are into events, and what I noticed is I had a client that was an event planner, and she had a number of people that she would consistently call, someone for cocktails, and that's because, you know, with time they've been working together, so she can easily recommend them a couple that comes to her for wedding planning. Maybe they might just come and say she should recommend caterers, she should recommend vendors. So you leverage those kind of things. Look for, there are some accounts that you find vendors frequent, where there are a lot of vendors. You might want to be active on those kind of accounts. Sorry, my daughter is moving around. You might want to be active on those kind of accounts because that gives you more visibility. You know, all these wedding accounts, just just be there and be commenting those wedding and Nigerians in something. I don't know exactly where you are. You might want to include that. You just say US based, so you might want to include in your bio where exactly in the US you're based. Do you cater to what? Is it just home meal preps for homes? Do you do events, large or small events, weddings, that kind of thing? Find a way to incorporate it into your bio.
And how do I know that these pictures are yours also? Because I'm looking at your page and I don't see like any watermarks picture. So for all I know, just this could be something that you pulled off from the internet. I don't know. I'm just going based off of from what I'm seeing here. So maybe a suggestion would be just having like your logo on the picture itself.
I think she does that now.
It's
She has logos
actually
on
there.
They're
I
on
do
there.
have no.
Because I'm looking at I don't see, so you're talking about Busy Deb _ Chops and More, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Let me see.
I guess
If
it
you
looks like
scroll through, I
the
have
food.
more pictures
Yeah,
with the
so
logo on
maybe,
it.
so again, so
it looks
It
like
blends
food.
into the food.
as a first impression, it's blending in with the picture, so I can't really see the logos on there.
That's a good feedback for sure. Maybe make it a little bit, it looks like the food, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't, it blends in with the food, so maybe add in some kind of underlay of like maybe like a black or white or something and on your pictures to make it stand out.
Okay.
But yeah, I do agree with the posting, like, other contents, and you can even do basic things like weekly, just, food of the week or something like that, or doing a lot of polls in your stories too. People like taking the polls, believe it or not. You can just ask basic questions like pounded yam or Gary, things like that, and you get responses.
Yeah, and I think with the response, you just use the right hashtag, because sometimes you put something there, nobody responds. You might put it for nobody responds, right? And so, for example, when you put even the caterers hashtag, it could be maybe foodie, foodie in Atlanta, maybe someone likes food, or someone who loves trying things, kitchen, I don't know, kitchen hack, whatever. Just the people looking for caterers are a target audience, but there are people who like cooking in their house. That's another target audience. So you kind of like have different people. Students might be your target audience as well. Different ways to use your oil or something that you're probably struggling with, or meal plan for the week under $100 budget or $50 budget.
And a quick video of you making something really quick, maybe like the process. I know those kind of things are really engaging to people, because I know I like to watch videos, because sometimes I may be busy doing multiple things and I don't have time to actually look at the posts. So sometimes having a video is a little bit more helpful because I can multitask while I watch the video.
All right, I hope that's been helpful.
And I wanted to say that this picture is beautiful, but I'm distracted by this ewedu on the side.
Are you distracted like you want to eat? Are you distracted like...
It's actually a picture of a food I ate on Friday anyway.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't made by me. I ate it at a restaurant. But I understand what you're saying. Thank you for that.
So I know Josetta had a question. I think I might have missed. Josetta, talk about being an introvert and how do you keep up with the way social media keeps changing, posting comments, trying to find that question. If I can find, but Josetta, you can go ahead and ask the question. Okay, social media can be overwhelming and intimidating. Being an introvert, how do I keep up with the many apps update and staying consistent in posting my content? I think those are two different questions. How do I keep up with the many apps update? Instagram would usually update itself. Is Josetta still on the call? Okay. Let me see. Instagram will usually update.
I'm here. Sorry, I was.
So you can shed more light to that question.
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to having the gadget, I'm on it. So they would say have the latest phone. Just get the for example, to take pictures. I'll go and get it. But my issue is keeping up with all just like what she was, so many of the things she was saying today was just new. All these,
Reels.
the reels, the tools, the photo editing tools. I'm like, where have I been? But but I'll have the phone for it. I recently went to get a camera, and I'm like, okay, this is an expensive camera, but I have not done anything with it. I'm just like, it just motivates me. I would go get them, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, you go on social media, everybody's just doing something. Like, where have I been? So sometimes I just get caught up with all of that and just shut up from social media. I'm like, I cannot keep up. I can't just continue doing like. So I just want, how do I get myself? Is it going for more knowledge, or just being there, just watching how people do things? So that was where my first question was coming from. And then the next one was staying consistent. How, because I also love cooking. I was, most of the time I use my WhatsApp, because I just feel like it's just an intimidating thing where you go on Instagram, for example, you have so many people doing the same thing. You're like, why would I come to share it here? But with WhatsApp, it's a bit personal for me. So I'm like, okay, I know anybody that sees this knows me somehow. How do I go out there and not care about what other people are doing and just be consistent? So those are my questions.
Barry, do you want to take this?
Well, yeah. So a lot of the underlying things that I hear are like mindset, shiny object syndrome, where you're going to get the latest and the greatest, fear of missing out. So what I would say in terms of, there's so many things out there. There are the reels, there's this and there's that, is to start with one thing. Start with one thing. Like reels are 15 seconds. I think they go up higher more, but just start with one thing and start with what is authentic to you. Don't feel like you have to do what everybody's doing. Where you say that, people are already doing that. I know it's easy to like say, okay, this person's already doing that, but you have to understand that you're bringing your unique factor into it. So, don't worry about what the others are doing. Just stay focused on what you are out there to do. And now, whether you're using Instagram or WhatsApp, do you have clients on WhatsApp? Are these people that will buy from you? Because even if they have a personal relationship with you, are they your ideal client or your target client? Will they be telling people about you? So you have to be sure of where you're directing your energy as well, because is it worth it to post it on WhatsApp, or can you just spend some time scheduling, coming up with a quick strategy for Instagram or whichever social media platform that you choose? Like Abiba talked about, like your content can be informative, it can be entertaining, it can be engaging. Like, so if you can use those content pillars, like Stella also mentioned, like start with those ones, but take the pressure off from feeling like everybody's doing the same thing. Just start with one thing and get really good at it. Like, do your reels, like, because you're into interior design, so you can just do like a video and then really zoom in on, like, if you're in a room and there's like a key, like, I don't know too much about interior design. Let's say there's like a
tree, for example, maybe just like
a focus, like a colored lamp or something that you can really focus on. So you quickly show us the room and then you scan and then you focus in on like a specific accent thing. I don't know what to say, like a lamp or whatever, but just do that, and that's all you need to do. And use your stories. Use stories a lot. Stories are more forgiving. That's what I think. They're more forgiving. It's behind the scenes. People are looking at them. Stories only last 24 hours anyway. So use your stories and just take the pressure off yourself. And then don't go and buy everything. use what you have first.
Yes. Yes.
Something else.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you.
Using what you have, for sure. Your phone is a great gadget. I'm glad you bought a camera, but now you have to use the camera and make the money of that camera back plus interest. Just FYI, But I would say, like you said, keep it simple. What are the things you need? What are the apps you need? So your business is a very visual business, right? So you need apps that probably help with video editing, InShot, like Abiba said. I think there are more that she also mentioned as well. Use that, do before and after.
Yeah.
That is clear, before and after, right? Do things like, I'm going to go and buy things from the store, take a video of yourself and walking around, you know, things like that. Just things that will really keep us engaged. Like, why should I use, I don't know, red Christmas lights over green Christmas light? I don't know. Is there a reason behind it? I have no idea, you know? But because it's so visual, your business, we need to see, and we just have to be really good for us to buy into it, right? And so the apps that are, I would say, are key, like maybe something specific to video. These would be the key ones, and maybe like planning out your content as well, so you're not overwhelmed. Maybe a day, maybe like in a week, maybe if you don't have clients, doesn't mean you cannot go back to Throwback Thursday, or take a walk down to, I don't know, a store and take pictures.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So don't get overwhelmed, just one day at a time. And with the clients you have, reviews. Oh my goodness, you know, take a picture of them next to the tree. You know, even before and after. Them looking gloomy, next time they're looking smiling, they're happy and they're excited with a Christmas card. I don't know. Do you get me? That would just like, okay, I need this person in my life. So I don't have the time to decorate Christmas tree, you know. And they do reviews, written or video reviews, you know. Right. So you have a lot of things that you can definitely build on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even with the reels, you find, you know, there's this thing that people do that they just snap, right? You can do a lot of that, especially with Christmas, before the tree, before it's decorated, and then just snap, and then the next thing we see is it fully decorated. And you know, just you have to start thinking, just you have a camera, so just position it and record, and then you can go back and just start getting clips, put music over it, especially for reels, add a few text on it with a tip or something, and then you know you've created something. So just you have to just constantly think everything that you're doing is content that you can use. So don't be overwhelmed by thinking, oh, this is happening, that is happening, or just focus on, you know, capturing the moment, that especially with what you're doing, because it's very visual, and find out how you can give tips. You can just do a hyperlapse that is very fast, you moving around, putting the throw pillows on a chair, you know, and then they see the end result. You know, just those kind of things. So just record, and then settle down and just do some editing to create something.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. This was very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. All righty. Any more questions before we can let our amazing facilitators go?
So I was just going to say something about the catering and around cost and keeping costs down, because I remembered something that my aunt, who's a caterer, does, and I just ordered some suya actually. And the person that does the suya, she takes orders just over the weekend, and it's a bulk order. So like in terms of keeping your cost low is, you know, letting your clients know, okay, this weekend, you know, our special is maybe jollof rice and chicken, it's at this amount, and then you're taking multiple orders so that, you know, you're using the same time that you're going to make jollof rice for 10 people, you know, your oil, your ingredients and all that. So if you can have things like that, so you have constant income coming in, but like have specials for specific days or like the weekend. So maybe that will help to keep you competitive, and also not feel like you're overpricing your food.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The bulk ordering for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work to buy and cook and all that, and the profit margin might be a little bit little. And then you have competitors who are probably selling less, right? Selling at the lower price. So how do you stay the market and not lose margin?
So I have a question. How does somebody order? Like, let's say I'm looking at your page, I'm like, oh, I really want to order something. Do we have to send you a DM, or is there a phone number? Like, what's the process of having to order food on your page? If you're talking, you're on mute.
She said, send me a DM.
Basically, for now, I'm doing DM, and also I have my phone number, which is attached to the page when you click on call. But I did not display the phone number at the top of it because I just want privacy, because it's still my personal number. I do not have a business number separate from my personal number for now.
Yeah, I would.
So basically, what I do, So what I do is when I make my post, I put in their DM to send orders. That's
Okay.
what I do for now.
I was gonna suggest just something very simple, like having a calendar, like a hyperlink with a calendar, so that, because I know personally, I don't, sometimes I know people are busy, and I just want to do everything on my phone really quickly. So just having a link to a calendar. I know there's a lot of free calendar appointments schedulers out there where people can actually just click on it, schedule like maybe a conversation with you, or schedule a call with you or something. So you click on that, and then it will just take you to a calendar, so that they will kind of know like a window of here's when I'm taking orders, or here's when I can put in orders, or where I can pick up orders. And that also makes it very easy for you to kind of manage how much volume you need to also have.
Yeah, and then Bay has people like different calendars that you can use as well on there. And with the fact that I know you talk about privacy, you can create a Google number and connect your Google number to your phone number. So in that way, nobody has your private number, but you can connect your Google number to, because I know you have a Gmail account. So you can look into that, creating a Google number, connecting that to your personal number. So if you want to do, maybe call me now, they click on that or whatever, it calls the Google Voice and it connects to you. So you can look into that as well. All right, so in about 5 minutes, we're going to be letting everyone go and enjoy the evening. But I want to know if anyone has a question.
Sorry, I still have a question.
Sure.
I apologize, please. I have a challenge with delivery. A lot of my customers come in to my DM, they want to order, but the fact that I don't deliver because of the distance of where they are to me kind of discourages a lot of them. I want to know the best way to go about this, just to address that issue. Thank you.
Okay. The first that comes to my mind, because I know your business is a little bit tricky, but the best way I would think about is really adding delivery cost to your food cost.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue with that is they might know other caterers that are less than right. That's the issue. The reason why I say add it to your food cost is because by the time you start talking about delivery is this, delivery is that, you're losing momentum. People are like, okay, what am I paying for delivery? Because they don't know they're paying for it, they don't care, they want their food. So it really boils down to, how do you add your delivery cost to your food cost without scaring people with your price? That's just going to be the challenge.
And delivery is actually wanted because of the situation that we're in right now. So a lot of your competitors right now, they have delivery service. So that's something that I would try to explore, whether if it's, I don't know if you have kids or not, but just getting maybe your kids to just do delivery for you. And then just maybe just saying, like an incentive, like I'll give you, if you just try for an hour, $15 an hour, something, I don't know. If they're maybe like, teenagers or college students. But I think that would be a good start because I know right now with COVID, people do want the option to have, for convenience, food delivered to them.
What about if you do deliver a certain size, order a certain size to get delivery free? You can, up to a certain amount of miles, you can do that too, but just make sure that you're not running out of loss. Again, like Bay said, business, if you're doing business and it's, you're not making money, it's a loss. And Alexa said a lot of people will pay the extra delivery fee for convenience, which is true. Bay, go on.
No, yeah, delivery is an additional charge.
Of course, it automatically.
You'd be so surprised the what's the word now? The entitlement mentality.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
unless you build it into the cost.
Yep.
Well, it should be an additional charge. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So
yep. This millennial will pay for the additional because I'm like, I got 2 kids, I'm busy, and if I really want the food, I'm gonna pay for the
yeah, exactly. I was going to say that I don't know how it works in the US, because here in Nigeria, you pay for delivery. They tell you how much the food costs for 1 liter bowl of soup or whatever. And then they tell you it is this for delivery. This is the amount for delivery depending on where you stay. So, that's why I was just trying to listen to everyone, because you shouldn't have to bear the cost
Yeah.
of delivery. Yeah. So you just have to find a way. If they want delivery, then it shouldn't be a burden, that a cost that you have to take, because that doesn't make sense.
Right. No.
Yeah.
I hope that's been helpful. Any more questions? This will be our last question.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Please, I'm not seeing all the reviews on our Facebook page, so I don't know what's going on, ladies. Put your reviews on there. Follow us on the group. Check out our merchandise store. Take your picture. Do a video, send it to us in our email, or send us by DM. Let's just repost it and just shout you out as well. But again, I'm really thankful for everyone for hanging out with us. And I'm glad that we could get this one-on-one session really going with everyone. Any last questions from anyone, maybe?
Thank you for this. This was really good.
Thank God. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to put the links quickly again in the chat, just for anyone who probably needs it. And I'm looking forward to speaking next year at Lincoln Power, talking about business.
Is it an event or is it virtual?
It's going to be in person.
An actual event.
It's going to be in person, but we are definitely, if you're concerned about COVID, it's going to be limited, 50 seats once it's sold out.
Oh, thank you, Alexi.
Because we are taking necessary precautions due to COVID, and the hotel is also in compliance also as well. So because we do meet virtually already, and the request has been people really in-person experience. So which is why we are having this conference, and it's our first one. So looking forward to having some of you guys join if you guys can.
All right, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, Bay. Thank you, Habiba, for hanging out with us with your kid. Thank you, Alexia. Thank you, Sade. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Selena. All right, ladies, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all when I see you all. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
What's the crown? I'm ready to go back to sleep. I woke up too early.